And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, y'all, and welcome to the 11th episode of the Dirty Boot Sports Podcast. Tonight we got the Williams brothers on the mic. As always, we've got Wild Bill and Peyton Mitchell and myself, Kyle. So we've got a fun lineup. We're going to try to keep it under 2 hours. I don't know how we're going to do. We'll probably. I think we should set the over-under at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I'll take slightly under.
Okay. That's something to shoot for. But first, we're going to talk about the NBA and all the shakeups going on in free agency. Then we're going to talk some more about NCAA and all the conference shakeups going on right now. Then finally, we get to talk some football. I'm super excited about football season coming up. It's going to be the NFC South Preview. That should be a lot of fun. Of course, we're going to talk about our Saints. And then finally, we're going to round it off with a Dirty 5 Super Bowl Contenders Top 5 list.
That should be interesting.
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
I think it might be a little heated debate as well.
Yeah, I'm glad we came up with that idea because that's going to be a good one.
And the cool thing about that is there's a lot of teams that made the playoffs that aren't going to make the playoffs. We see that happen every year.
There's going to be a lot of shake-up and turnover this year.
There's been a lot of moves where those top teams didn't really keep everything they had last year. Now they got new guys that might replace them, but
and the AFC is so strong.
God,
that's the problem.
Figure that there's going to be some shakeup there.
There's going to be some shakeup there, and that which makes the NFC picks. Makes you want to pick more NFC teams in your top 5.
Yeah, because the NFC is so weak. You want to think, they got an easier
chance.
That would certainly be the easier, safer way to do it. But we're just going to pick our top teams. I think that's how I'm modeling.
Yeah, but those top teams it's hard
it's hard at the top. That's right. All right, so Clay, you want to talk some NBA?
Yeah, so Peyton missed out on our last show, and he was really mad that we didn't get to talk about the Rudy Gobert trade.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, and I told him I didn't talk about it just because it happened, and then I forgot about it because it's that irrelevant to me. I don't think Rudy Gobert is anything special in this league. I pretty much despise him because people say that he's a better defender than Draymond Green, and that's not true. The man has like 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, but he's half the defender Draymond is. He gets played off the floor when he plays Golden State and other teams. He becomes a liability in the playoffs, and that's not a good thing I want from my guy that's getting $35 million a year. Yeah, so the trade was Rudy Gobert. That was it. For Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Walker Kessler, who was a first-round pick this year.
Who could possibly be better than Gobert?
He's a poor man's Gobert right now, but he could turn out to be better.
He led the nation in blocks last year, I think.
He's Gobert with offensive game is what they're hoping he's going to be, basically.
And a lot cheaper.
Jared Vanderbilt. 2023 first round pick.
Bill's still reeling from the July 4th episode.
Yeah, and he didn't cause a worldwide pandemic, right?
He didn't make fun of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Didn't shut down
Gobert single-handedly shut the league down.
Literally, yeah.
He did a very good job.
Single-handedly.
That's legendary.
Touched the mic, literally. Right?
That's Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Defensive Player of the Year.
But so yeah, they sent the 2023 first round pick, 2025, 2027, 2029, and a 2026 pick swap. So that's 5 first round picks along with a actual first round pick.
Right. Explain the pick swap for the people at home that might not know what that is.
So 2026, if the Timberwolves have a worse record than the Jazz get the Wolves pick, the Wolves get the Jazz.
That's right. Yeah.
So the Jazz get the more favorable pick. That's a lot.
That's a haul.
A lot of stuff.
How old is Rudy Gobert right now? Is he 30 yet?
Ooh, Gobert's about 20.
Probably he's late 20s, huh?
Let me look that up. I'm not exactly sure. Peyton, do you got some stuff you want to?
Well, you know, the thing that the word to me about the trade is you give all that, and I'm going to take away for a second that he can't shoot in 2022 NBA. But tell me a team that, and I'm thinking hard right now, tell me a team in the NBA now that plays a true 4 and 5.
The Minnesota Timberwolves now.
Yeah.
Who else?
I mean,
Magic.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll wait. Because, I mean, I can't think of anybody.
The Magic are going to with Paolo and Wendell Carter.
Who played the 4 for the Bulls? Patrick Williams?
No,
Did he play that?
I don't know if it was him or somebody else. Because Vucevic played
the 5.
The 5.
The shooter?
Oh, shoot.
Is Thad Young there?
Might have been. I don't know. I mean, I can't think.
Maybe
the Knicks.
The Raptors with Siakam and Bouchier.
Knicks with Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle. The fact that we're struggling to think of these teams tells you how irrelevant that
absolutely.
concept is now.
This is not the Spurs dynasty with Duncan and the Admiral down there. I mean, this is different.
The ones that might do the true 4 and true 5, their 4 is one that can handle the ball and drive it. Like Randall, he carries the ball for the Knicks sometimes. Siakam does it for the Raptors.
And Cat can shoot. He's not a ball handler.
Draymond Green with the Warriors, you know.
Cat can shoot. He's the self-proclaimed greatest big man shooter in NBA history, which is false.
He forgets Dirk Nowitzki picked up a basketball once or twice.
Yeah. But he's not he's not a ball handler.
No, he's not. Absolutely not. So I mean, and he actually plays a lot back to the basket some too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not and Gobert is just going to be the way, I feel like. And then you trade, obviously, what we were talking about earlier. I feel like Beverly was the identity for the
and
Minnesota.
Jared Vanderbilt. He's probably the best piece that the Wolves sent.
Yeah.
Beverly's that disruptor and energy guy, but Jared Vanderbilt's a solid piece that the Jazz will look to almost build around as like a 4th or 5th option.
Yeah.
And Malik Beasley isn't a bad player at all either.
Well, and I would have liked Minnesota to keep their first round pick this year because I think he would have fit good with Minnesota.
Yeah, Kessler
would have been a good fit. He can shoot.
He's the same thing as Rudy Gobert.
But can shoot.
But they have.
He's 7'1".
They gave up all of these people for Rudy Gobert when they just drafted a rookie version of Rudy Gobert.
It's like they just went for the name. You know,
it's very weird.
It is.
And as much as I don't like Rudy Gobert, and I don't think this is going to really help the Wolves that much, I do think I think it'll do some positive things in the regular season for Cat because he is better when he's shooting down.
He's going to take a lot off him. That's right. Defensively,
he won't have to bang it out down low. No.
Yeah, no. I don't think there's going to be that many problems, but come playoff time.
They can't have them both on the floor.
You can't. No, you can get away with the regular season some.
Yeah,
but you're not playoff time.
Yeah, but I mean, Cat, he's not a defender.
No.
And Gobert, he's a defender. He's not an offensive player, but he's also a defender that he plays off on pick and rolls.
Yeah.
And for years, I've seen the Warriors just put them in a pick and roll action. He goes under a screen on Steph Curry. Steph Curry pulls up for 3, and I don't know why he never swapped from that. Maybe it's a Utah thing. Maybe they just really wanted that to happen. Maybe it changes in Minnesota. But
I just, man, it doesn't. They were a play-in team last year. They're still a play-in team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now they lost some depth. They don't have much coming off the bench. Now they traded that away.
Yeah.
And they can't really build off of this great year. Honestly, it was great for their standards, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they made the playoffs for the first time in a while.
It's not like they can go sign anybody. All your good veterans have been picked up for the most part now.
Why would you? They were honestly probably the better team in that Memphis-Minnesota series.
Absolutely. Should have won it.
And they had young guys that just made mistakes. Why would you go away from that and pretty much give up a lot of your future for a guy that isn't going to really help your game offensively?
And I like, which I know I'm a homer, he's an LSU guy. I like Naj Reed for him coming off the bench.
He's a good shooter.
He's a good shooter. He's a big man. He kind of brings you what you need.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just
so weird.
That was one of the things
because Cat's young too.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the things when they picked Kessler. People were like, "Well, what's Naz Reid going to do?"
Right.
Well, now you're like, "What's Naz Reid going to do when you just gave a guy that's getting a $35 million contract with Gobert?" And you have to play Gobert.
Yeah, you do. And Reid's going to give you more on the court. I can promise you.
Yeah,
I know Gobert's going to give you some blocks and defensive presence and. I mean,
I think it's safe to say y'all aren't high on Gobert.
No,
I'm not at all.
Never have been. That's why Donovan Mitchell wanted out.
Yeah,
I mean, he knew Gobert.
And I love Donovan Mitchell.
I do too.
I think he's
Spider-Man. I like him.
He might be my favorite player in the NBA that's not a Warrior.
That's right.
Or has never been a Warrior.
That's big praise.
Yeah, I fell in love with him during the bubble. Kind of. Him and Jamal Murray were two guys that I grew a lot of appreciation for, and I really think Mitchell can be.
I expected more out of them this year.
Yeah.
Well, they had some injuries.
Joe Ingles got hurt.
Yeah, Ingles got hurt.
So, yeah.
They were actually playing well until that Ingles injury. Mm-hmm. I feel like they kind of lost some edge there when Ingles got hurt.
Yeah.
They were rolling.
I mean, because that was their best shooter, really. They have Bogdanovich who can shoot it.
Yeah. But you had those two that were usually one was hot. So yeah, that hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I don't really see Minnesota. I mean, they could get to like a 6 seed. That might be their ceiling.
Yeah, they might knock on the door for the 5th seed for the Pell spot, but
this might help raise their floor.
Yeah,
it might be like I would be shocked.
Might
if
not
they're
be
not
a play-in
team.
Yeah, they might not have to be a play-in team. Yeah.
If they're an 11 or under, I'd be really shocked.
Yeah,
I think they get that 10 to 6 range
because Ant's going to make another step. Yeah,
he's
for sure.
He's really good.
He's the real deal. Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like Pat helped Ant a lot, though, man.
Yeah,
I feel like he's going to lose. He's going.
I feel like Ant's a superstar in the league.
Mm-hmm. He's got everything.
He's got it all. He does,
and he's got the off-court presence. People love him.
He's young too, man.
Did y'all see him throw a football the other day?
Yes.
He's going up for the Falcons quarterback job.
Yes.
Tom Brady's like, you're playing the wrong sport, buddy.
Yeah,
he's hilarious. I love him.
Yeah.
And he's one that I didn't. He's the one guy I didn't
Alex
want
Rodriguez,
coming into the into the draft because I wanted Wiseman or LaMelo. I didn't want Ant just because I don't think he would have fit what the Warriors needed at the time. Because he would have been.
I could see him playing the Wiggins role.
He's not the defender that Wiggins is.
Not the defender Wiggins is, but he would.
And he's a little bit undersized compared to Wiggins.
A little.
He's like 6'6", 190 probably. But now the Jazz, do they make the playoffs? Are they play-in?
No, I if that trade would have happened before all the madness happened, they could have probably got a piece or two added, but I feel like it was a little too late.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff's gone really out there now.
Yeah, so there's not a lot left, so I don't think they're going to help this year. Now, it might trigger them trade some of those first-round picks, go get somebody. This coming up year, I don't think it's going to help them.
So that almost takes one more piece out of that puzzle for the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, the Pelicans.
Back in my fifth seed, Clay. I've been trying.
Zion officially signed his contract extension today.
And it was a smart contract. I didn't get to read all the details on it, but I really like how they...
5 years, no player option.
No player option. And that 231 is just a number that looks good, but it's really not. It's really about winning.
Probably some incentives and stuff.
It's at most that he can make.
Only way he gets to 231 if he's MVP,
All-NBA or something.
Defensive Player of the Year, All-NBA team, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a good contract.
I'm excited to watch him next.
I believe
year.
he just
Me too,
turned
man.
22 today.
Dude.
I think it was his birthday, maybe, or it was recently, something like that. A little bit more NBA news that I want to talk about. I wanted to
Kevin
mention
Durant has been traded.
God, I wish. I'm ready for that to be over with.
How funny would that be if he is by the time we hear this?
But I wanted to mention it last week.
It's like I predicted the future.
The Knicks re-signed Mitchell Robinson. I believe it was a...
What was that contract, Clay? I never saw that.
Let me look at for sure.
I was curious on
two
that.
for 30?
Oh, no, it's way more than that.
It was more?
I'm thinking it's something like 4 for 70. 4 for 60.
Yeah, I was thinking it's around 15 million.
About 15 a year.
And if y'all don't know, he's a Louisiana boy.
Yeah.
And
Didn't play
he didn't play college. He set out. It's weird.
He wasn't eligible.
It's an eligibility.
He was an eligibility.
Did that ACT?
And
it was something like that.
He actually, LSU was looking at him.
He was an A&M commit.
He was an A&M commit.
Then their assistant went to Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. He was supposed to go to. So he signed with Western Kentucky, and then he
never played a game.
Yeah, never played a game. And people are like, man, what does this kid do? And he's got all the potential. And he kept working,
Was a second-round pick.
And he's just kept grinding.
But he is the first Knicks draft pick to sign a rookie extension in 28 years.
Yeah.
Whoa.
28 years. And who was that 28 years ago? Charlie Ward, the Heisman winner.
Cow.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What a stat,
Really?
bro.
You didn't know Charlie Ward won the Heisman?
Oh, I didn't know he played basketball.
Yeah, he won the Heisman and went to the NBA.
Football.
Yeah, where did he play college football?
Florida State.
Florida State. That's right. Quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then he got drafted like 16th overall in the NBA or something. Yeah. First draft pick for the Knicks to sign an extension.
He was what
Charlie
AI
Ward.
wanted to be. Football field.
Yeah, that's insane. Like I don't really know how that's even possible. I guess that just shows the dysfunction of the Knicks.
28 years.
Yeah, 28 years.
Jeez.
And so the other NBA news
Well,
that
RJ
is,
Barrett will sign his.
Yeah,
whenever
probably.
he's eligible. But
Chet Holmgren, he made his debut last night in the Summer League, and he put on a show. He
28-6.
Yeah, his stats were
7
insane.
blocks.
He had
Six blocks.
6 blocks.
6 blocks, 4 assists.
Summer League record.
Let me find the exact stats. Freaking ESPN doesn't provide those really. But tonight
you have
he
to go through all kinds of hoops. To find
I
it.
sent it to y'all.
Tonight he goes in battles against Kenny Lofton from Tech, and
Who
they had a freaking
getting dominated right
battle.
now. That's right.
Kenny
Former
Lofton,
teammates too, by the way, from
Yeah.
the FIBA
Team USA
World Championships.
Lofton finished with 19 points, 6 rebounds, also 4 turnovers, 5 fouls. So that's not great.
He had 4 fouls in this first game too, so he needs to clean that up.
Yeah, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, he's young.
While Chet finished 3 for 11, 1 for 6 from 3, 11 points, 12 rebounds, and only 2 blocks tonight on the 6-7 Lofton.
How cool is it though that one of Tech's own is battling it out? With
Yeah, I mean a guy that
top guy.
me and Chance went and watched every game at home this year.
Bill too.
Yeah,
Bill worked
Bill
him.
was standing beside Lofton. Yeah,
Bill got to hear Lofton chew on some refs.
yeah, it's awesome to see that.
At the Tech LSU game, and Bozier, I actually sat right beside Lofton's parents.
Oh yeah,
Let me tell you, his mama's she's a hoot now.
Yeah, they're fun, dude.
Yeah, they are.
So you can
they're
verify
good
that his
people.
dad is not actually the Kenny Lofton that played for the.
Yeah,
the
he is
first
not.
team.
No.
He's
He missed out on that
His
speed.
parents are very large. His sister is a big. I mean, she's tall. I mean, this whole family are very big people.
yeah. They sit like 2 or 3 sections over from us at Tech, and yeah, they would
I
always
know
have their
his
Lofton
brother.
shirts on.
I think I follow his brother on Twitter.
Oh yeah, well I DM'd his brother the night Tech lost in the CUSA championship. I DM'd his brother asking him what's he doing? Like is he
We
going?
knew
Is he
he was probably
transferring?
leaving Tech.
Yeah, and he said you'll see soon or something like that.
We didn't see soon. We saw
No,
months
it took
later.
a month or so. But
And I hope it works. I wish he could transfer to a bigger school. I'd like to see him see what he'd have done.
But I'm glad he's entering the NBA as a Louisiana
That-
Tech Bulldog.
that
I think
exactly.
that's cool.
Yeah, for the school that gave him that chance out of high school. I mean, he was like a 2-star recruit, maybe, and I mean, for him to go and become a national name, really, I mean, get to play on the USA team and outplay everyone on it, including the number 2 pick, the number 5 pick, guys like that, and
Props
it's
to whoever's been
awesome.
working with him too, because I mean, I go to a lot of Tech basketball games too, and his shot wasn't there in college, and he's got more arch on it. I mean, you can tell he's done a lot of work.
He
since
shot
the
a lot
season.
of line drives. in
Yes, he
college.
did. No arch on it, and
yeah, that was something that he had said that he was going to work on because him being undersized, he needs that shot.
He's got to hit that shot. And he had a good little fadeaway last night on the baseline. So I watched most of that game.
A lot of people are excited for him, and Ja Morant was tweeting about him tonight, and I really think he's going to be a factor in some way for Memphis this year. What were you saying, Chance?
Shout out to Eric Conkle.
Yeah.
For even finding that guy,
Yeah.
But back to him going in as a Bulldog, I think that means a lot to me because, I mean, I went to Tech, and yeah, we would have known if he would have transferred. I think Houston was a name that was
he was gonna be
rumored so
Houston.
much. Yeah, we would have known deep down. He's an NBA talent. When he got to the NBA, they would say he played in Houston, and that we would have known that was not true. But I'm glad that whenever he's going to probably score a couple double-doubles this year, I'm thinking 1 or 2 hopefully. and they're going to say the former Louisiana Tech Bulldog. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, first one since Millsap probably, or PJ Brown. Was he after?
No.
PJ
PJ
Millsap,
before.
because Millsap's still playing.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's some exciting stuff.
From Winfield, huh?
And speaking of some college stuff, let's dive into
Wow.
the NCAA and that craziness that
Talk
continues to go
talk
on.
about Notre Dame.
So, Washington and Oregon won't end the Big Ten, and they're put on hold right now because the Big Ten are waiting on Notre Dame. But Notre Dame's move is not going to be real easy because if people think Notre Dame, you think independent. Well, they are football wise, but all other sports are they are with the ACC.
Yep.
And supposedly it's going to be a lot of courts time with Notre Dame to get out of that because it's like $100 million type buyout to get out of the ACC. So I'm not really sure how that's going to go over real well.
They got boosters.
Yeah, I mean they do, and then
They'll find a way if they really want it.
But I was listening, and I guess it was this morning maybe on a talk show, and I don't remember which one it was, but they were saying something along the lines that you had to have that buyout and paid in 30 days.
Golly.
So, I mean, obviously you can do the court stuff and drag it out, which is probably what's going to happen, and then, but, so that's going to be interesting. And I keep figuring out, okay, you're waiting on Notre Dame, but you're not going to just add one team, you're going to add another one.
Yeah.
So you got to have two. So
Who's the other one?
who would the other one be?
So this Big Ten and Notre Dame are supposed to be happening.
That's right.
But then Oregon and Washington,
they're waiting. They won't end. But Big Ten.
But if they add both of them, they're going to have
They're going to add another one more.
Big Ten
right.
wants Notre Dame more than want them other two.
But then you got the Pac-12 here, so you got Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah, who are meeting with the Big 12 tomorrow. Pac-12 signed a new TV deal Monday.
Yeah. So they're going to be down to Washington State, Oregon State.
I mean, it's California.
Arizona's.
California. No, if Arizona's. No, they're going to Big 12.
Oh, they're going to the Big 12. Crap.
They're meeting with them tomorrow. So, I mean, you're down to Oregon State, Washington State, California.
Colorado's going to
Colorado's they're going to Big 12. Who am I missing?
Utah.
Stanford. I mean,
they don't care about sports, though.
To be honest with you, I can't believe
10.
that's a team that the Big Ten is not going after.
And that could
because of the money,
the academic
the endowment.
thing.
That's right.
Kind of like Northwestern. They're actually good at football.
Stanford feels like a Big Ten team to me.
Yeah.
A lot more than your Los Angeles schools. So it's going to be curious. I think Greg Sankey is sitting there. I think he's got his chest board already. I think he's waiting to make his move.
So
I think he knows
what it
the
feels
move.
like is it feels like one of these conferences is going to just go away. One of the Power Fives.
Yes, absolutely.
Or it's going to take that step down from the Power
That's right.
Five.
I think it's either the Big 12 or the
Pac-12.
Pac-12 that's going away.
You don't think ACC is about to lose a lot? So.
I don't think so. I don't know where they're going to go.
See, but if the ACC loses,
if the SEC goes in there and gets Florida State and
Clemson and Duke and Carolina,
they're gone. But I think you got to have four. I think it's going to 4 megas is what I think is going to happen. And
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either. I
never even thought about the fact of bringing Duke and North Carolina until I was listening to the radio today, and I was like, it kind of makes sense because you'd want to keep that rivalry there.
That. Yeah, I mean,
and then you would make sure, well, not make sure, but like guarantee they play Kentucky every year.
That's right.
Think about basketball season.
You'd bring in a North Carolina, South Carolina rivalry
back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
And Clemson,
South Carolina, which they play again.
Like there's so many rivalries. I'll give credit to Sean Fox for this from 97.7, but like there's so many rivalries that would pop back up because of this happening.
Your Florida schools, I mean, you get
Florida State play every single year again.
They're playing every year anyway.
Yeah.
So why not just
another
make
school
a conference game means something.
Another school they mentioned that I thought about was Louisville. I mean, kind of bringing that in to the Kentucky area.
They're kind of a sleeper school because that's a good athletic school, man.
It's good baseball program.
Yeah, good baseball program.
And then talk about rivalries again. Bring them back with Kentucky.
That's right.
And they're solid. I mean, they're always a respected basketball team.
That's it.
They're not really bad at football, but they're not great. I mean, they're
better than Vanderbilt.
Lamar, right?
Well, I feel like that those schools feel together.
Yeah.
Like they feel like they fall in the line of instead of like Los Angeles schools playing.
It feels like the Southeast Conference.
It does. It actually feels like
what
the
it's titled.
Yeah,
the title is right.
If North Carolina and Georgia play, that don't feel that weird, you know? Like those teams on a football game even, like that, I don't feel that weird.
Yeah,
or
right.
if Louisville plays Arkansas, like that don't feel that weird.
All right, so let's say this happens and the SEC becomes this mega conference. So you add Clemson, North Carolina, Duke. And I'm not talking about just for football, which obviously North Carolina and Duke would bring a lot more on the basketball side.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I think we're a basketball mega conference.
We're already growing as a basketball conference.
I mean,
anyway.
my thing is, hey, and how about baseball? 6 of the 8 teams at Omaha were SEC.
Absolutely.
So now,
forget about Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, you forget about that, don't you?
Does the
how many teams SEC got to have?
Does the SEC become? I mean, I already think they're the top conference in the country, but do they even care about NCAA championships anymore?
I think that's what they're treading to.
I was just about to say,
I think they're about to get
independent, basically.
Well, that or I think they're going to get these mega conferences and they're going to say, screw you, NCAA.
Because what do we need that national championship for?
Means
because
more.
we know we're the best.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
No, I agree with that.
And if they keep bringing in all these teams, like, are they going to expand the conference schedule?
Well, you're going
playing more teams.
Well, it's not the expansion; it's the expansion of the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm talking about. If they're bringing in 4 or 5 new teams to the conference, are they just going to say we'll play USC if I'm the Big Ten? We'll play the USC.
You're
play USC every 7 years, basically.
Your non-conference schedule is going down.
It's going to be like to 1 or 2 games, a couple of bye games,
and I think
a homecoming game and an opener.
You'll have to have 10.
You're going to have 10 conference games. I think they're going to shorten the regular season down probably, and then have a 16-game playoff.
Like LSU will probably play
because
Tech,
what's going to happen is they're going to beat up each other,
and then they're going to be in the conference.
Crap, you can almost get like a 4-team SEC tournament.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
That'd be cool.
Why don't you just say, "Hey, screw you, NCAA. We're going to have our 8-team SEC championship."
Oh man,
would that not be
it'd be unreal? Absolutely. No,
so you guys can't get it right, so we're going to get it right ourselves.
Yeah, that's right.
SEC's already at 14, right?
That's true.
And then we're adding 2 with
16.
Texas and Oklahoma.
Big 10 just
we'll probably get to 4 more and make it 20.
We'll probably get to 20.
If you get to that 20.
And then an 8-team playoff is not a bad idea.
No, absolutely not.
You're going to have so many worthy people finish second and third.
Yeah, and think about the basketball. Auburn, who was a 2 seed and went to the championship a couple years ago.
Yeah,
and you still got Oklahoma and Texas coming in who are no slouch at basketball either.
No, they're both top 25 teams.
Well played teams. Like there's so much good.
Arkansas is one of the best programs in the nation.
Absolutely.
LSU.
And Duke and North Carolina are already better at football than South Carolina and freaking Vanderbilt
or Missouri.
Or Missouri, you know. They're already better than all 3
How
of
good
them.
is Missouri feeling about themselves right now? Everybody made fun of them. You know, they make
why would they go to
the SEC? Why would you? And they're about to start cashing in these million,
until they get dropped.
Exactly. I mean,
that's. I was going to ask you that a second ago. Like, we're talking about keeping it even, like with the Big Ten. Could they just say if they don't get another team besides Notre Dame? Could they say, like, goodbye Rutgers or something like that? Can they kick people out?
No.
Is that illegal?
It's probably contracts.
Contracts.
Like, could they buy them out, be like, you're gone?
Well, I guess they could buy them out, yeah.
But then that school would probably sue and they'd get in trouble.
They're going to get right.
I didn't know how that would work.
You trying to get rid of Andy?
No, we need Vanderbilt because it helps the conference GPA.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
and
we
baseball.
have that.
And
he was
baseball.
thinking Missouri.
Yeah, baseball.
He wanted to dump Missouri.
Yeah, what do they do?
I tell you, though, and I hate this because I mean they're obviously a garbage football program, but you're sitting there looking at Kansas, who's a basketball dynasty, and they're just sitting there thinking
it'll be them and Baylor every year.
Do they play baseball?
Hey, Les is bringing them back.
Yeah, the LSU assistant coach just took the head coaching job at Kansas.
Oh, really? Okay,
sure did. Yeah. So I mean,
I forgot about Baylor.
Baylor and Kansas could be battling each other 20 times.
I mean, Baylor's
well, no, that conference. If you go get Arizona. I mean,
basketball becomes better.
Basketball is about to be.
Are they still decent at baseball even without the guy?
They are. They still.
Man, they weren't terrible at football 2 or 3 years ago. They've had some bad seasons, but
someone kind of ran them in the ground a little bit.
Yeah,
but
and then Utah, that's not a bad program at all.
That's a great.
They're good at everything, just about.
They're not.
They had like an
Elite
8 run in basketball a couple years ago.
That's right.
They? Sweet 16.
That was the Kuzma when Kyle Kuzma was there. They made a little.
Was that
run.
Kuzma and then that other fella that He's a white fella.
He's a white fella.
White fella.
Podol
From Utah.
Yeah, Jakob Pertl.
Yeah, white fella.
Yeah.
Big white fella. He could play too, man. He got drafted by like the
Spurs.
Lakers.
Spurs.
I'm thinking of Zubac. Or Zubac. or
He's
something.
he's not from here.
He's not from here.
No,
but
he
he's a
got
white
drafted
fella.
by
He's white, but
He
he's
got
not a
drafted by
color.
the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. They're the same dude. They look alike.
Yeah.
The big, tall, and white. Okay, with black hair.
European.
Yeah, Jakob Pertl's who you're talking about.
Big white chap.
But no, it is going to be interesting. I feel like, and I've always felt like your group of 5 teams should have their own national championship anyway, and I think that's where it's coming. And now those kids feel like they got a chance to win something. You know, I mean, Tech football player has to feel like maybe, hey, we got a chance to win a national championship now. You know, I mean, now going into this year when they know they have no shot. So I feel like that's going to happen too when these conferences start getting the mega conferences.
I wish Tech and ULL need to pair up and just start calling the Big 12 and beg.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad at
No,
really any sport.
And
I mean, especially ULL's with their football program lately.
I think they would get better. I mean, I think they would bring in more recruits.
Yeah, I mean that way they hit Louisiana a little bit. You know, I mean, I don't think it would be that bad of an idea.
Tech can stop being a platform for great coaches to come and launch their careers.
Yeah. I mean, I think that move to Big 12 has been rumored forever, and I think I'd heard at one point that they talked to like the American Conference about joining. I mean, Tulane's in that, so that's not that crazy of an idea. But yeah, I wish that could happen at some point. One more thing, the conferences. Do they already have plans for the divisions?
So,
like Texas and Oklahoma, that they've got to be West.
Yes.
Who's moving over?
It
can't be Auburn.
So, the rumor was they were going to do the pod thing, which I was not a fan of, and they've already said they're not doing that because if you do the pod thing, you take away from the SEC championship game, which I think is one of the best conference games out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And
that can
way better than most of your bowl games.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean that game usually determines a playoff spot.
It determines
or 2.
Or 2, really.
I think they should both go, but
yeah. So there's been a lot of speculation on. I've heard Oklahoma, Texas, LSU, Arkansas, and the Mississippi schools, and they've also
Missouri.
Yeah, and Missouri would be your sides. I've also seen where they'll split the Alabama schools, but they'll still have.
Can't do that.
But they'll still play them every year, just like LSU and Florida.
Yeah, still that's just.
I don't.
You can't split them, and I don't think you can split. Bama and LSU.
I think it's good when they split them, because then they can have a chance to play in Georgia for the SEC championship game.
Crap, true.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm for splitting them, but that's just me. Because they're going to play every year anyway. You can have a rematch in the Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine that build up?
Well,
or get rid of East and West.
You bring Oklahoma, Texas in the West, and you bring Clemson, North Carolina in the East.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, it's going to be
well.
It's going to be crazy
to watch. If Texas and Oklahoma is coming in the West, I mean, and you move, which you're going to probably move Bama to the East because Auburn, I guess geographically would be.
No, I think Auburn. I think Auburn's East.
Is it Auburn the East?
Yeah, because you hit Tuscaloosa. Where's Auburn? I forget.
South.
That's
Alabama.
Okay. Well, I know that. What's their city?
But
Auburn.
Oh, it's Auburn. Oh, I thought it was something different.
No. I just don't know.
Stupid.
I don't want to have Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma and LSU in the same division.
Hey, the Philippines are neighbors to Hawaii. I don't care what you say.
So
to close out our NCAA talk, we have a little bit of LSU news that has hit Jackson Parish, right?
Yes.
Jonesboro Hodge.
I ain't no Jackson Parish. It hit Jonesboro.
Hey, man. I'm not gonna,
it hit Jonesboro.
Okay. I was listening to Matt Moscona. He does a show every morning, and I was driving to work this morning, and when he said LSU with another commitment for the week, a kid from Jonesboro Hodge. I mean, it was just cool to hear that. You know, God, I listened to it.
It has been a minute.
It has been a face, man. Me too, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember watching Charles when he was at LSU, but I didn't get to live him through the high school years because I was too young. But this is it's so freaking awesome.
I got to watch Charles a couple times.
Yeah.
I think Bill and Eric took. Well, Eric was.
I was at his signing
a couple times.
I got Miles' signature. When
I was
there.
in his mom's class.
You got it over there.
I got the hat over there with Gary Chavis's name on it and Les Miles' name. He came up to our school.
Yeah.
He came to our classroom. I'm
Now,
like, oh my god.
Who was that? The old Danny's right down the road here. When
crazy,
that's where Charles signed.
No, hold on a second, guy. He used to run me over in practice.
That is true.
He really did truck me pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's awesome. It really
Xavier Atkins, by the way.
Yeah, we haven't said the name
I
yet.
committed to LSU. So we're just gonna let y'all know that.
3-star linebacker, soon to be 4-star.
I think soon to be 4-star.
If you're listening and you didn't know the name, that's on you.
That's on you.
Well, no, that's a good thing for us because that means they're not local.
That's right.
That means we've grown. So hopefully none of you knew it.
Led the state in tackles.
219. I went and watched. I think I watched almost every game this year. We missed maybe 2. The dude's insane.
Absolute ball hawk.
I mean, sideline to sideline, the definition of it.
He says he's gained like 15 or 20 pounds a month.
Oh, yeah.
In one of those interviews.
The last few pictures I've seen of him,
grown man.
God,
grown man. He's 16.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
He's incredible.
And the thing is, he just turned 16. He's not done growing.
Oh, no.
No.
I mean, I know he's listed at 6'1" or
yeah, he's like
6'1".
Yeah.
He could shoot up 3 or 4 more inches easy.
And more pounds, yeah. It's exciting. I think everyone's excited to watch him this year at Jonesboro and next year as well.
And potential podcast guest,
absolutely.
too.
Yeah, that would be great. That's one of our goals to reach for, yeah. We're going to try to get into that game pretty soon here. All right, so is that it for NCAA? Anybody else got anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have an LSU podcast soon. I mean, I could go on forever about that.
We need a season preview.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely break that down. Well, for
September something.
College or for the LSU?
Both.
Because we're 60 days from LSU. That's Sunday night in the Superdome against Florida State. Prime time. By themselves.
We're gonna have to do some live pods during these games.
Reaction type deal. We're gonna show Florida State they don't belong in the SEC. I think.
yeah. In New Orleans, man, that dome's gonna be rocking. I might have to make a little trip.
It'll be like 90-10 LSU to FSU.
I might have to make a trip.
Might be 95%.
I'm not really sure. I guess on Thursday night. I'm assuming there's an opening kickoff on Thursday night. Yeah. I know there's a lot of good games that weekend.
I think I saw today, like Arkansas and Cincinnati play opening week. That could be a pretty good game.
That could be a good one. Absolutely.
There's a bunch of good opening week.
There's about 3 good games on Saturday, and then there's a good Monday night game.
Probably,
Is Cincy coming back reloaded?
No.
I mean, they lost Ritter.
Obviously.
They lost the the corners.
Yeah, Sauce and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I mean.
Boy, they had amassed some talent over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think they'll probably still be in the lead for the American Conference, but
I would hope so.
They'll beat Arkansas.
That'll be an interesting game, just because.
I think Arkansas will.
I mean, first game back without
never
Cincinnati,
know.
You don't have a quarterback.
That's always a question on those smaller programs that come and blow up for years.
UCF, everybody said they were the future, and
and honestly,
champions.
And Boise State was like that for like 5 or 6 years, and now you don't really hear about them.
Well, they still win 10 ball games, but they're not on the level as they were. Yeah. They don't get those Oklahoma games.
Basically, after Keith Peterson,
I think though that happened at a time where these smaller teams weren't exposed as often.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think that's all that's changed. Is they're being exposed, and hey, that just means they get an opportunity to play.
Well, and now with the transfer portal, those state schools are going to have an harder time because their kids are bolting to bigger schools once they start
ASAP
showing out. Yeah, so
that's mine. All right, y'all. So let's move on to the NFC South Preview. I think
it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, obviously that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have to pick a winner out of the NFC South, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And does anybody? I feel like we all want to pick the Saints, but I mean, who do you think it's going to be?
Buccaneers.
I think it's anyone but the Falcons,
including the Panthers. Oh, here comes the Baker speech.
Go ahead and get it out, Clay.
Baker Mayfield, man. Okay. Here we go.
It wouldn't.
Here's your 5 minutes.
It wouldn't shock me if Baker did some good things
Wins
with
the
the
NFL
Panthers.
Super Bowl!
Hey, man. I've wanted Baker to be a Saint so bad back then, man.
I kind of thought he might have been this offseason.
I'm going to ask this again. Who in the heck's blocking for him? That's why Darnold struggled last year. He was running for his life.
Yeah, but
There's no line. And they didn't help that this offseason either.
Yeah. What I've seen is that Baker's best year with the Browns was when he was rolling out.
Yeah, I get that.
And Stefanski's offense wasn't built around that. I mean, he was with Kirk Cousins. I mean, Kirk Cousins didn't move, and he just threw the ball for 69% completion percentage every year in crap. So
you still got to feel like the third best quarterback.
I mean, I know they drafted
in the conference. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know they drafted that NC State guy in the first round for him. But I mean, other than that, they made no
Cross.
a Kongwu or something.
Kongwu, yeah. I don't remember them doing any kind of signings in the offseason for
offensive line.
I mean, the offensive line was atrocious last year. I mean, why did McCaffrey get hurt? Why did Darnold run for his life?
They overused McCaffrey.
Austin Corbett, who used to be a Brown, they signed him 3-year, $30 million. Bradley Bozeman used to be a Raven, I believe. I mean, those are two solid signings. That's a center and a guard. That's it for the O-line. But
is that an improvement or is that a step sideways, though?
Well,
those are both improvements, I'd say. Bozeman and Corbett.
I mean, you expect that tackle to come in. I don't know if he'd be left tackle, probably a right tackle.
He might not even play this year.
Yeah, I mean, you pick up 6 overall, you better be playing.
Yeah.
What are
you were terrible last year. He better be playing.
What are those weapons looking like on the outside?
They got some weapons.
You got DJ
Moore,
Robbie Anderson,
who doesn't like Baker,
apparently.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Hey, quit painting that narrative.
He did say that.
Quit painting that narrative. Right. I don't have a problem with Baker.
The one that's kind of going on under the radar, Rashad Higgins used to be a Brown. He signed with the Panthers earlier this offseason. He's like best friends with Baker. I wouldn't be shocked if Higgins gets, I mean, something like 700 yards, 5 touchdowns, something like that. He can easily be the 3. He was a good 3 for Cleveland. Crap, he had to be a 2 and almost a 1 when they almost beat the Chiefs that year because Odell was hurt. I mean, Higgins is a good player.
I mean, they've invested a ton of money in the last 2 years in their defense. Their defense. I mean, was it last year they drafted all 7 picks for defensive guys last year?
I think so.
Yeah, they got that dude from
Matt Rule from Baylor.
They drafted a guy from Auburn,
and he's
that D tackle.
He went in there and literally drafted defensive guys as first. Matter of fact, I want to say. Yeah, because when they drafted a receiver, maybe.
They got Terrence Marshall last year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's still
he was the only one that wasn't.
He's their 4th probably. He didn't really get to.
He never got the.
Because Sam Darnold sucked.
Yeah.
Baker is twice the quarterback Sam is.
So, how many games does Baker help Carolina win?
Okay.
I think they can be in the
13.
7 to 9, maybe 10 range.
So he's they win? 4 games last year, 3 games last year.
I was gonna give him 6.
What a lie!
They got probably 5.
I mean,
what were they?
Did
Were
they
they like
win
8th pick?
The 6th pick.
Let me look.
I mean, a lot of that depends on if Christian McCaffrey's healthy.
Well, they beat the Saints once. They always beat the
he's
Saints
not. He's not that guy. I don't think he's gonna.
I think
he can't handle the load.
Yeah, well, I think
Carolina won 5 and 12.
Okay, so you think Baker gives them 3 to 4?
A healthy Baker, I think he can. Yeah.
NFC's weak.
I mean,
in the division, compared to AFC.
In the division, he probably gets
third,
3 or 4 wins, maybe. He can probably beat the Falcons twice. And then
he's beaten the Saints once.
The Panthers always find a way to do it.
They beat the Saints once every year. It feels like,
but it's because they give it to them at the end. They play them last week of the year every year.
Yeah,
and the Saints are usually tanking, or not tanking. They're just sitting the guys out by then. Yeah, so
we're starting Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm starting Teddy.
We were at that game.
No, I was at that game too. Took my dad to it, hoping that
Drew would actually play.
Him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously a big Baker guy. He's the reason I became a Browns supporter. And
supporter.
Yeah.
Like it's AA.
You like to donate to it?
But yeah, I think he just had bad luck almost. He had 4 head coaches during his time there.
The Browns are dysfunctional.
He had 3 offensive coordinators. He had injuries. Like, literally, he gets hurt 1 year.
I mean, Matt Rule is his 3rd year, and this is his 3rd OC since he's been there.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's going to much function there.
Yeah, but maybe the make or break year for both Baker and Rule, maybe that helps them.
This is his 4th OC. Did he fire the one after he fired Brady? Did he fire him too?
Probably.
So this is his 4th OC. He's new OC since he's been there for his
really
3rd year.
shocked Brady didn't work out.
I'm not sure if Brady was in the right situation, though.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Brady really had much. From what I read, I don't think he had a lot of pull on the quarterback pick either.
What has been their quarterback room since Cam? Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold,
Will
Baker
Grier.
Mayfield.
Will Grier
played some.
Yeah. But
Cam Newton was there this year.
Yeah.
He's back.
But the guys that once Cam left, they've came into the season wanting Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold, and now Baker Mayfield. I mean, that's
is Cam back?
no, he's
No,
not.
he's
I
at
don't
the
think
house.
he's anywhere right now.
He ain't signed with nobody.
That kid at that camp ran him off.
Yeah.
His mouth. But, and like me and Peyton were talking about, before we started the pod, I think Baker does make them a better team, but we're not scared of him.
No.
Not in the least bit. I don't think Marshawn.
He's not who
Lattimore's too
Let,
worried
let
about
me
it.
see Baker torch that secondary of this New Orleans. I don't see it happening.
You see, Baker,
Because his weapons, he's got good weapons, but they don't scare me either.
I think it's the best weapons he's had as a quarterback.
I think Cam gets
unless you
whoa, even with OBJ and Landry.
Well, the thing is with Odell
and Hooper,
and then Hooper, and then he
Odell
had his
and
running
Njoku.
backs.
And Njoku,
No, Baker he always had weapons. I don't know if he'd be best.
When Odell was at his best and locked in, he tore his ACL. When Baker had his best year and they were a possession from beating the Chiefs in the division finals, his number 1 receiver was Landry. And Landry's, we know he's not a 1.
But Landry's a better receiver than anything Carolina's got. Right
DJ
now.
Moore?
I'll take Landry over DJ
Oh,
Moore.
God,
any day.
no.
I'll take Landry every morning.
No.
DJ Moore, what did DJ Moore do?
He's had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, but Landry.
Landry is a 3 at most in the
3?
NFL. Yeah.
He's not a 2.
No.
He's a 2.
Olave's a 2.
Definitely a 2.
He's a 2.
He's a Pro Bowler.
He's a slot receiver, and that's
He's
it.
a 2.
And he's slow.
He's a 2.
Now, he's a good guy to come in and just... I mean, he's a good locker room guy. He's sure-handed.
He's a good veteran.
Yeah, but
He's
for
a
him,
2.
he was a 1 for most of his
he's
time
a
in
2.
Cleveland.
He's in 2 in Nola this year.
This year, maybe. Next year,
it's
no.
Mike Thomas. It's Landry, for sure.
I think Olave is going to be more of a...
Olave's going to be a spark guy. I don't think he's going to be a
Not
Michael
this year.
Thomas when he come in the league.
Not this year, but he will be. He will be.
Yeah, I think down the road he's not going to be this year. I don't think. I think he's going to be a great fit for him.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's going to open the top up for Thomas and Landry.
So you think there's going to be a learning curve?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think there's...
Absolutely.
I don't hate Landry at all. I think he's a good receiver, but I think his Dolphin days kind of overrated him a bit.
I think Thomas and Landry fit what Winston.
Yeah.
More.
I mean, they're short, intermediate guys that sure-handed.
Which is what
they're
they
not going
say
to drop the ball.
Olave is too, right?
No, Olave is.
He's going to break the top off.
Yeah. But they say he's a good route runner as well.
No, he's just good all
Yeah,
around.
he's good.
Ohio State.
I'm not saying
he's a good
I'm
ball
not
player.
saying he's bad. I mean, I don't see him being what Mike Thomas was when he came out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. I don't see that.
D- DJ
there's
Moore,
not,
though.
There's
DJ
not a need
Moore's-
for him to be that right off the bat, though.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
DJ Moore is a top 20 receiver in the league.
I'm not even sure.
And Jarvis
I'm
is-
not even sure if Olave is going to be the 3rd best receiver on our roster.
Who you got?
Callaway.
Yeah, maybe.
I like Callaway.
I bought into that last year.
He
had a game.
Callaway a lot.
He had a game or two.
And little Jordan's gone. So.
Yeah, Jordan is. He'll be on our practice squad somehow.
No, he's at the Patriots.
They'll cut him.
What about our best blocker? On the outside,
Don't
Traquan?
mention him. Get me started again on Traquan. Golly.
He blocks.
No, I don't think Traquan. He might not make the roster with Harris or whatever.
Hardy.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna say Harris. I'm not sure.
Hardy gonna make the roster just as return man. At
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
He's all
So
pro.
that's one. Yeah, he's got to.
Hardy's become a good route runner and good receiver for us. I mean, until he got hurt last year, I mean, he was doing well. I really like Callaway. I really think you're going to see another step in his.
It'll be him and Traquan fighting for that last receiver spot, probably.
I think he beats Traquan out.
I do too.
I don't think it's close.
I think we've seen Traquan's ceiling.
The best,
we saw it 3 years ago when he got drafted.
I think it belongs in the USFL.
When he caught Drew Brees' record ball, I mean, that's about all he's done. I mean, since. I think I'm not going to disagree with you, Clay, on Carolina. I do believe that they're better with Baker. I'm just not scared of them. And I just don't think
we should be.
I don't think they're a playoff team.
I've been scared of them since Luke Kuechly left.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Or Jake DeLong.
I wasn't worried about him then.
No, never been.
He always did something.
To be honest with you, I was worried more with him than Cam. Because he always had the Saints number.
When Cam was on.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every time he went Superdome.
I mean, that year they went like 15-1 or
something. Cam always played well against the Saints. We could never stop Cam for some reason. I never got why. But
Baker.
That was back when our Russian defense was terrible.
He's just had a bad rap. Like he came into the league and
Baker's not helped himself either.
Yeah, but it feels like there's people that wanted him to fail immediately when he went to the league and didn't really give him a shot.
Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, there's just it feels like he's really two-sided. Like there's people that really believe in him wherever he goes, me. Yeah. And then there's people who wherever he goes, they're just going to be
here's my beef with Baker since we're on this trail. So yes, that chip on his shoulder carried him very far in his career. But once you're the number one overall pick
and Heisman winner, that chip's got to go.
Yeah.
You have to move on
from
underdog
like Dabo Sweeney
to champ.
Yes, because Dabo's getting really. I can't listen to him.
I'm the underdog.
Yeah.
You're not. You're Clemson.
You got the target.
You're guaranteed to be one of the 3 teams in the playoff every year. You, Ohio State, and Alabama. Y'all 3 are going to be in there every single year. Baker, you're a number 1 overall pick. You got to cut that out.
And now it feels.
I love him though. I always have, but he's got to take that off the shoulder.
And it feels like he's a little insecure about being there, being the guys.
He does. He's always looking around. Who's talking about him? He can't just focus in on. But when I watch him, though, I feel like he's limited.
All right, I was about to say, what do y'all think is his biggest weakness on the field?
Accuracy.
Where at? Deep.
Deep.
All right.
Well,
we got a straw man.
Anyway, he can overthrow.
No.
Well, not really deep. I think sidelines.
Since 2018, highest completion percentages on deep pass attempts that are 20 yards plus in the air. Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield.
I would love to see them though. How open are those receivers?
42%.
How open are those receivers?
42%.
They don't matter. He hit them.
Because Kyler's throwing
next on the list.
Kyler's
Watson,
throwing a lot of
Wilson,
open guys.
I mean,
okay. So what about under 20 yards?
But wait a minute. I didn't look that up.
I think to the sidelines. I think the hash mark is where he.
I think that goes to the mindset though. Like if you can hit the deep ball, you can hit the underneath stuff consistently. But it requires consistency. It requires the mindset. It requires get the chip off your shoulder and just be a franchise.
Well, and a lot of Baker's game that made him so great at Oklahoma was him being able to almost run around and do what he wanted, like kind of
ad-lib.
Yeah, Stefanski didn't give him that. Right.
But I think that helped him. I think the run game, the play action off of the rollouts, I think that's what fit his game. But when he's in the pocket, it's like Happy Feet, man. He can't never stay settled.
Whenever he rolled out and was trying to create a play, his receivers weren't making that happen.
Yeah,
because the receivers were just sitting there because that's what Stefanski wanted them to do. Stefanski wanted the play to be boom, boom. I mean, Stefanski had the offensive line that was going to block every time. So he had the receiver set up, and he wanted him to drop back Kirk Cousins it. Boom.
You've got Nick Chubb in the backfield. I mean,
and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, that needs to be your offense.
Yes, absolutely.
That needs to be your strength. And
you were just saying earlier how he's better when he rolls out. He was given that. He's play action off Kareem Hunt or Nick Chubb, and he was rolling out, and he looked good when he went rolled out and made throws because he doesn't have to think. He knows who he's going to. He's not checking all his options.
You're saying he's not a thinker?
He's definitely not a thinker.
I think with Carolina, he's going to have a lot more freedom.
Definitely not a thinker.
I think he's going to have more freedom, and I think his receivers will help out with that. Because I think Moore and Anderson are guys that can adjust and make their own play. Jarvis couldn't do that. Jarvis, I'm telling you, he's limited. He really is. I love Jarvis, but he's not much in the NFL anymore. I mean, what's he going to get this year? Maybe 70 catches at max.
That's 70 more balls that we had anybody catch last year.
Yeah.
70 more than Traquan. I mean, I promise you.
But he was the number one for Baker forever because Odell, every time he was there, was hurt.
Yeah,
a lot of the time
Cleveland
Baker was throwing to some weird people.
Cleveland didn't have a lot of downfield guys.
I'm telling you, he was throwing to Donovan Peoples-Jones and Hollywood Higgins and
Daryl Hodge.
What's that new dude they had this past year? A little fast guy.
Oh, Felton.
Something like
from
that.
UCLA.
I can't remember who it was, yeah.
And then Antonio Callaway. But Baker led the Browns to what? They're 11-5. They went to they blew out the Steelers. They were literally possession to possession with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Higgins or is either Higgins or Landry, if they don't reach out for that pylon and the ball goes out the end zone, they win that game. They honestly do.
What roster's better, Cleveland or Carolina?
Cleveland.
Okay.
Which team wants Baker? Carolina.
Yeah, do we feel like Carolina is going to put a roster around him?
I think
don't
McCaffrey, Moore, Anderson.
McCaffrey's got 1, maybe 2 years left. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
He's a lot more fragile.
When's the last time he's playing all year?
But once he's on the field, he's making plays.
I don't know how fragile he is versus how much they just overused him.
Yeah.
That's all ever since he's been there, that's all they've had.
And that's what I fear.
He's not a workhorse.
That's what I fear for AK.
We're getting that way with Kamara.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, these cats only got so many reps in them, and you can't just ride them out.
They got a good 7, maybe 8 years of good football.
At the absolute
most 8 years. I mean, really, it's 6. We're on what for year Kamara 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we're looking at 2 more good years.
And
McCaffrey was.
If he wasn't generational talent at that position, because I really do think AK does things that I've never seen a running back do, and the way that he moves and he glides and his balance and the way he can do it with
the balance. Man.
Yeah, it's the prettiest thing I've seen since Barry Sanders run the ball, and I don't say that lightly because Barry Sanders is my goat as far as running backs go. But the way that he moves, I think any lesser than AK, he doesn't get that second deal after his, because that's foolish. You just don't sign guys after their rookie contract as far as running backs. You just reload,
especially when he was a 3rd round pick.
Yeah,
and a long shot kind of really, with a troubled past and everything from Alabama getting kicked off of there.
Moving on,
he's been.
Let's go to the Falcons.
Okay, I was not going that route, but we can go that route.
Well,
Marcus Mariota had a couple good plays
save the big dogs
last year.
for last.
Can I say?
He did.
Can I say? And God, I hate the Dirty Birds, but they probably signed one of my most favorite Saint players ever this offseason.
Who is that?
Thomas Morstead. I love Morstead, man. I love Morstead.
You're a true Saints fan.
He's just a good dude, man. I mean, he's just you read all the things.
Is your all-time favorite player Morton Anderson?
No.
I had his jersey when I was a kid.
But I mean, I've always been a Morstead guy, dude. He was a good.
When I think about him, I think about at the Children's Hospital.
Yeah, I mean,
doing charity work. Yeah,
do the things, and I get to go to probably 3 to 4 Saints games a year, and he was in warm-ups, like everybody in the locker room at halftime. He never went in the locker room. He always stayed out in the butt. And
Morstead's on the Dolphins now.
No. He's with the Falcons now, right?
It says Dolphins. He was with. I think he signed with the Falcons into the year.
He signed in the year, and then the Dolphins signed him this offseason. That's right. I forgot about that.
So the Falcons did nothing.
Because he went to the Jets.
Yeah,
scum of the earth.
And then the Falcons picked him up and then to finish the year off because it was kind of when his press conference, he was like, "This kind of feels weird," you know.
Okay, so now you don't have to like him.
I don't have to like. Yeah, we're good now.
Good. Chance, isn't it weird that we love the Braves, but in the same city we hate the Falcons?
Absolutely hate them. Absolutely
hate them.
That's that lack of an MLB team in Louisiana.
And the Falcons, I mean, they're just tanking, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so some of the big things they did.
They're taking for Bryce right now.
Mariota.
Bobbing for Bryce.
Drake London, their first round pick, number 8 overall, first receiver taken, which is kind of a shocker.
Drake London's going to be a guy, though.
He's a specimen, ain't he? Like 6'5" or something.
I don't know if he's that big, but he's large.
He's big.
I don't think he's going to be a top 3 receiver in the class, but
It was also one of the best wide receiver classes.
He could be.
Yeah, I think
Garrett Wilson's going to be good.
I think Jameson Williams is going to be the best.
Jameson Williams, yeah. And
then
Olave.
Yeah, and then you've got some other guys.
Hold on now, your boy out of the Broncos, the guy that went in the second round to KC, Sky Moore. I mean, don't sleep on him. He's catching balls from Patty Mahomes. So
they also got Troy Anderson, round 2 from Montana State, linebacker.
That was that white fella. We watched him at the combine, dude. He was so good at everything at the combine.
Dominated the combine, and then
we wanted him.
Their big thing, Desmond Ritter.
Don't forget
we've already got a white fella.
They got the other
linebacker.
I like Pete Warner.
Two second Penn State guy.
Yeah,
he was the one that kind of fell.
Yeah, I think he had medicals or something.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be
receiver.
the edge rusher.
Ebikiti.
That was a steal.
It was a steal.
And then
he's healthy.
Desmond Ritter, round 3. I guess he's going to be the guy to bridge.
Something that he refused to get surgery on?
That's right. It was.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but it was. They found it late in the. They found it like in the combine cycle. Like he didn't know he had it, but he refused to have surgery on it. That's right.
Some of their losses. They lost Matty Ice, their franchise quarterback. He's gone to the Colts.
Think on a little offset of that? What do you think he does?
Sleeper. That's a sleeper team, I think. They have.
I mean, they'll be solid, but
I think
Stephen Gilmore. They picked up some good players.
They're not used to that level of accuracy that Matty Ice is going to bring them.
You don't think Phillip Rivers brought it?
Not the end of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just.
They got a good
I don't really understand what they're doing. Like, when are they going to try to build a quarterback to take them to the future?
But the problem is
they're trying to Matt Stafford it.
They got too good of a roster to get that quarterback.
Yeah, they're trying to Matt Stafford.
Because that GM's good, man.
They're trying to strike gold.
Ballard's good.
And why wouldn't you give him what the Rams just did?
Oh, I don't blame him.
I mean, you go find a guy who's
but Stafford.
That's a different age.
Stafford was
that's a whole other age difference.
Yeah.
What's Ryan?
Ryan's almost 40.
He's old. He was on the
They're only trying to do it
NFL
for a year,
head
though.
coach game for Xbox 360.
They're trying
Stafford still has an arm, man. Ryan's arm is deteriorated.
It is deteriorated
since Stafford's. I mean,
I think it's going to be a lot more close to that Phillip Rivers.
Ryan's 37.
But I mean,
it's a better Phillip. It's a little, a
little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better than Phillip.
Rivers
they
didn't
have a
much
good
to
roster,
give.
man. Yeah. Colts have a really good roster.
They have great defense. They got a freaking guy at running back.
Stud linebacker.
Who are they throwing it to?
Michael Pittman.
Paris Campbell. T.Y. Hilton somehow.
No.
Well, they're on the team.
Yeah.
That's who he's going to have to
throw to Michael Pittman.
Yeah. T.Y. Hilton's still going to play.
That offense revolves around their
Jack Doyle.
And how long is that going to last?
Well, I think he's an every down back. He's built for that.
I think that was a 1-year deal right there.
He's not the best running back in the NFL.
I think I paid
$40
for T.Y. Hilton last year.
Yeah.
That worked out for you there a while, Bill.
Some other things. Russell Gage left to the Bucks.
Hey,
we'll talk about that later.
That's a real good.
Calvin Ridley suspended a year for gambling.
It was like $100 too.
Yeah, right.
Nothing crazy.
It was like one time. Hayden Hurst, their tight end,
it wasn't against or for his team.
Yeah. It was just he wanted to play a little bit.
It was another
super dumb. It's like Pete Rose not being in the Hall of Fame. Don't even get me on that crap.
Yeah. Some of their pickups this year, they got Marcus Mariota. That's their big one, I guess. 2-year deal.
Well, yeah, he's going to be the quarterback. It's
apparently
pretty big one.
I mean, Ritter's the most ready quarterback in the draft, so
I think Ritter takes over.
He could take over,
about
but
like week 5.
I really wouldn't be shocked if Mariota's pretty solid. He's with Arthur Smith.
Yeah, I think Mariota'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, Mariota.
I like Mariota still.
I don't think he's going to take you nowhere, but I don't think he's going to make you.
We forgot about Mariota.
He'll keep him in games.
I don't think he's going
to
be.
He had a flash in the pan when Carr was out.
Yeah, and that's what got him this contract.
Right, and that's cool, but I mean, I don't know if he does it for a season.
And his best season was with Arthur Smith in Tennessee, so maybe that connection's gonna
And obviously
come back
that's got to be the
happen.
connection that got him signed.
That's right, absolutely.
So,
Oh, for sure.
And that coach is just trying to make sure he doesn't go.
and hey, when
3-14
Mariota
his
came
first
out,
year.
he was super talented.
Absolutely.
Super talented. Does he still have his legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
He
don't
did
remember that
last
play?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
brought him in.
flailing.
Monday night,
Yeah,
opening week,
exactly.
I was like, "Oh my God, they got something here!
Yeah.
They're going to actually have a Mariota package." I think he got hurt on that play.
He did.
Well, then Gruden left.
Yeah,
Well, I won't say left. He was asked to leave.
and Henry Ruggs, lost her over the top guy.
Yeah.
You know,
They also
He's playing
brought
with
back.
Adam Sandler right now.
They brought back Cordell Patterson after his miracle season last year. I don't know
Amen.
what happened there.
I was hoping he could go somewhere and continue.
He won
playing.
me a lot of fantasy football.
Dude,
games
what a-
last year.
Probably the biggest surprise of the season, honestly.
I had him in every league. Yeah. Man.
Some other thing, one of the things I like, they brought in Brian Edwards from the Raiders. He's a guy that I was kind of big on his rookie year. I thought he could kind of take that number one spot for the for the Raiders more so than Ruggs. And I guess
Really?
he just kind of fizzed out with them. Didn't really get playing time because of
Where did he
especially
come out
now.
of? What was? I don't even remember that guy.
I forget. Was it NC State?
What's that now? I'm sorry.
Brian Edwards.
Yeah, NC State.
Yeah.
Defensive end?
No, receiver.
Exactly.
You're right.
South Carolina. South Carolina, not other Carolina.
Isn't there a defensive end that came from North Carolina State just a few years ago?
Bradley
Last name was
Bradley Chubb.
No, there's another one after Chubb. He was Chubb's protege.
Mario Edwards?
Yeah, Mario Edwards did too. Yeah.
God, no, there was one after Chubb.
South Carolina.
No, Chubb was NC State.
Brad,
But yeah, Brian Edwards.
Not Brian Edwards.
Yeah, he was a third round pick for the Raiders, and he didn't really get a chance to do much for the Raiders. But he's the first all time in receptions and receiving yards for South Carolina. Which, I mean, they haven't had that much, but they've had like Alshon Jeffrey, guys like that. So pretty good record for him to have. I think he will be the one for Atlanta this year, which he doesn't have much competition, but still. What else?
He has no
Falcons?
competition.
speaking of Falcons roster, I mean, I know this is not really big, but Josh Rosen's on their roster. God, how far past did he fall? I mean, think about with his own hot tub in his dorm at UCLA to being talking all that noise when he got drafted 10th overall to Arizona, and these 9 teams are going to regret it. And he's been to 5 teams since he's been drafted now.
Yeah, I mean, he was gone immediately the next year for
That's
the first
right.
round for number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, crazy where he's gone.
One weird thing, they brought in Casey Hayward 2-year deal. I don't really know why he would go
Why
there.
would he went there? I know when he signed there, I didn't get.
And they
that
also
deal.
re-signed their franchise Grady Jarrett. He's pretty much
Grady
the Falcon.
Jarrett.
3-year extension, $51 million. That's a pretty big contract. He cashed out instead of, I guess, chasing a ring. All right, so yeah, let's stop talking about them because they're
It's depressing.
What's their ceiling? 4 wins, 5 wins.
If they win
wins.
5, it's a good season.
Yeah, or it's probably a bad season because they don't want to.
I mean, they don't want to win that many. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think they're going to be a top 5 draft pick team.
All right, so Saints or Bucks? Which one?
Oh, let's go Bucks.
All right,
Yeah, we might as well say
The
the Saints last.
Saints are going to be a while.
So the Bucks, they lost Tom Brady, and then they've got Tom Brady. So that's a pretty good.
Brady was a key loss and a key acquisition this year.
They brought back Leonard Fournette, 3 years, $21 million.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, way to revive his career.
He has turned his career around.
That's right.
Russell Gage, they brought him in. He'll be a great number 3 for
Dude,
them.
he's going to fit with Brady so
Talk
well.
about just a shocker, man.
Think-
That's some good
think about
coach the
this.
field at LSU. He's
No idea how
a
that's happening.
fantastic role player, basically receiver in the NFL.
LSU is known every 5 to 6 years put a guy out like that that never played.
Who was the other one?
Played
that
for
they had?
Cincinnati. Right. Played for the Bengals. Julius Wright.
Julius, okay.
He never started a down at receiver at LSU and played for Cincinnati Bengals for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
At receiver.
It's insane.
LSU have that tendency, man. They do
they
that.
have so much talent at wide receiver. It's not really
Yeah.
surprising.
And
that
Gage
they
is the one that can
do
throw,
that.
right?
Yeah.
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 They
He
re-signed
wore a 33.
It's right.
Yeah.
He wore 33
After OBJ.
After Odell did.
Yeah.
They re-signed Chris Godwin. He was. I mean, a lot of people thought he was gone, honestly, but they kept him somehow. 3 years, $60 million.
If he stayed
Relatively
healthy,
cheap, too.
they'd probably win in that playoff game.
Yeah. Brashad Perryman, they brought him back. That's a great guy to have as your number 4, number 5.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Shaq Mason, they traded for him from the Patriots.
That was a big pickup for him.
He'll fill in the holes
he will.
that they lost with Ali Marpet retiring and Alex Kappa going to the Bengals. Any other picks? Any other signings?
Hakeem Hicks.
Yeah, Hakeem Hicks.
Man,
don't really know how that happens. That's the Brady effect.
It's the Brady effect. Why was he still at the house?
Yeah, 1 year, $10 million. Probably one of the top 5 D
You can't
tackles
tell
in the
me
league.
somebody couldn't offer him 2 year, $20 million. You know,
At
I mean,
least.
golly.
I mean, I'd
He
do
was
that. I'd
Chicago
wanna play with
Bears
him.
for the last few years.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's an upgrade over Sue.
another kind of an LSU guy. If you want to go there, people don't forget he was on LSU's team.
Hakeem Hicks?
Yes, he was.
Really?
Yes, he was.
I did not know that.
I
Never
didn't know that
played.
either.
He left. Went to some kind of college in Canada.
Oh my god!
Sure did.
I did not know that.
Here's something interesting about the Bucks. They drafted a punter in the 4th round this year.
Yeah, and it wasn't the punt god from San Diego State.
No, this is basically them saying that we're ready.
That's when you don't. Yeah, I mean they got their roster what they want. They're Super Bowl ready.
Andre Anthony, round 7 from LSU.
He won't make the team.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He won't make the team.
I don't know.
He's built well to be an edge rusher.
I think he's
got
a practice squad guy.
It's not making the roster though.
He
won't be on the 53.
He won't be on the official team.
Yeah, he'll be on the practice squad for sure.
I think you'll see him play some minutes though.
Maybe
somebody getting hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Sue said he's done.
Yeah, I think he's going to be.
Never been happier to see somebody leave.
See somebody walk.
I was happy.
No,
but I thought we was going to get him in Saints uniform before he signed with Tampa. I was ready for that.
I was pumped up.
I was pumped up.
He can step on some hands for all I care.
Daggum right.
He'll step on JPP as well, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah,
stepping on hands made you think of JPP.
Yeah,
all 9 of his fingers.
Before the
8.5. He has 8.5. Thank you.
And 2 other signings that are, I guess, Brady effect: Keanu Neal
and Logan Ryan,
safety and D-back. They're both. I mean, they're really solid depth guys.
At the back
Keanu
ends of their
Neal,
careers.
crap, he was a starter for the Falcons.
I'm starting to
for a while.
hate Tom Brady again.
Dude, he was like a top 10 pick or something like that, top 20 pick.
Yeah, he was
out of
first
Florida.
round.
It's not that he's going to make any difference, but I mean, Sherman's goes to the house, right? Richard Sherman.
Yeah, I think he's done.
I think he's announcing, isn't he? Or
Yeah, with
analyst?
Amazon.
Yeah,
He'll be perfect for that.
Oh, I forgot about
He
that.
did sign that.
loves to talk.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. They've signed some interesting characters with Amazon on Thursday.
And O.J. Howard finally got out of Tampa, so he's with the Bills, who
when he
might
put him
he
to
might
sleep.
can make
know.
something
I
happen.
thought he would be well with them, with Tom. Like I really thought he would.
Yeah, but
Him and
once
Gronk-
Gronk
Came back.
I know, but
and
still,
Cameron
like,
Brate.
O.J.
he's
Howard's
gonna-
that player. Like when I watched
Scotty Miller's
Alabama,
going to do well too.
Hey,
when I watched
without
Howard
Scotty.
Alabama, I thought that dude's a freak, and he never would do nothing.
Well, that's because he embarrassed
then-
LSU.
And then he goes to Tampa. I was like, he's gonna be a freak there. And he
God, is
just really
Scotty
never did
still on
nothing.
that team?
Yeah,
He's got to
Sure,
be.
He's going to
And
be.
their second round pick, Tyler Johnson.
The receiving corps. Yeah.
So Gage might be.
Hey,
he'll
three or
get
four.
playing time.
Don't forget about the LSU track star too.
Grayson.
Oh yeah,
Grace.
Yet again, that dude never put on a shoulder pad. At
Never put in a shoulder pad at
but
LSU.
I think he got drafted, I want to say.
He did.
yeah, because he's fast.
Yeah.
7th round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got drafted. He got invited to the combine.
Yeah, that's right.
They just wanted to see that.
They wanted to see
Never
that
played
football. Never
football.
played a down of football.
How do you get to the combine?
Because they thought he'd break the 40-yard
He
dash
was an,
record.
he was an Olympic track guy.
He didn't even, I don't think he broke 4.3 either.
Like Willie Galt.
His,
Never heard
85
of him.
Bears.
his first catch was this past
He was an
year
Olympic
on
track
like a
star.
60-yard touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did Gates get invited to the combine, or he just signed free agent right out? Because he played college basketball. So
Oh,
San
I don't know.
Antonio? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was a
I'm
combine
not sure.
a thing back then? Oh, it's always been a thing, but
come on,
it hasn't
bro.
been.
But I
forgot
don't
Tom
know.
Brady
I don't know
thing.
how much. Yeah, was the relevancy of combine back then?
Yeah,
like
it
is
wasn't
now?
a spectacle. I
Yeah.
He probably just pro dated up and then.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Another LSU guy, Kevin Minter. He's been with Tampa forever.
I forgot
I
he was
feel
still
like
playing football.
Yeah, he actually played
he
a
left
good bit significant time down the stretch for him last year.
19 years.
One of my favorite LSU players.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
God, he was a phenomenal linebacker too, man. I just knew he was going to be.
He was in that period where we just consistently
every
put
middle
out
linebacker. Duke Riley, yeah, it was just one year after the other.
Duke Riley was one I wanted in New Orleans.
Yeah,
where did he end up going? Falcons. Yeah, of course.
Because they got Debo and Duke.
God, Deion's so good. He's so good.
So good. Yeah.
So, Bucks, what do y'all think?
I
mean playoffs at least.
I guarantee
they're
Super Bowl
They're a top
contender.
3 team in the league. I mean,
in the league,
in the
you
league.
think?
Absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely.
4.
4. Sorry, Kyle. 4.
So with Brady coming back, has he addressed what he's going to do to get away from being the Saints bitch?
No, because Cam's still there, baby.
CD Deuce. Get that.
And Mike Evans is still
Mike Evans and Marshawn. They need to box it out one good time. I saw Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson are going to have a boxing match.
Let Lattimore and Evans go at it.
They need to just have one good fight, like have it at halftime, 5-minute round.
Dude, he's a big guy, man. I'll be worried for Lattimore.
Well, I know, but Lattimore's going to run his mouth. You know? it'll be the Connor effect. He'll get the viewers.
Maybe if we can get like CJJ back behind him, and like he'll talk some trash. And then
Tyron
he'll turn around. He'll turn around and he thinks it's
Who's going to be Tampa's back? Who's Fournette's backup this year with Jones?
I think
to Kansas City now.
That they signed.
I'm trying to think who they're.
They got that running back from last year.
Giovanni Bernard's there.
They got somebody else though too.
He's still driving a minivan.
I don't know. Oh, Keyshawn Vaughn.
That's that guy. They had him.
Oh, from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about him. They drafted him last year.
Yeah, I mean, Bucks, they're going to be the Bucks. They have Brady.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's not much. I'm sure we'll dive into them later.
One thing we didn't talk about with him, though, is the new head coach.
Oh, crap, yeah. Who's it, Leftwich?
Bowles.
No.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
So
forgot about that.
That'll be an interesting spin there, too.
I forgot about that. He's had his try with the
I don't
Jets,
think the offense
right?
changes much.
He didn't do bad with the Jets, though.
No, I think it's changes for the good.
Yeah, but
I think
that's Brady's offense.
We're going to find out how good Leftwich is this year.
I think Arians.
Well, I don't think you do. I think it's Brady still.
Well, that's true.
That's
true.
I think Arians
Brady's
getting in the way
running
now.
Yeah.
Because I think Arians kind of got in his way some.
Yeah.
Well, I think he did for a minute, but like as soon
realized.
as I mean they straightened that out real quick. That's TB12's offense.
I like Bulls. I like Todd a lot.
I thought he got done wrong in New York.
He did. I mean, but it's the Jets. What do you expect?
So
the
Saints.
Yeah, dive into the Saints a little bit before we get into our Dirty Five.
Jameis Winston is going to win the MVP.
I mean, if you want to put an outside bet on the MVP.
No, I'm joking.
I mean, last year me and Bill bet him to lead the NFL in passing yards, and it wasn't going good for the first couple weeks until
especially after week 1, he threw for like 90 yards.
Yeah, and like 7 touchdowns.
But he had 4 touchdowns. I mean, come on.
That's what I didn't understand about him when he played. He played well, I felt like, but I just felt like he was so protected in that off. I wanted them to cut him loose a little bit.
I've never seen Peyton be so conservative like that.
Yeah, it's
weird.
He didn't trust him.
It's like they wanted to limit those birds of saying, risk. "Oh, he throws so many picks." It's like they tried so hard of not making that a storyline that they just didn't want to let him. It
felt like it was a rookie quarterback that he was trying to protect.
And I was so excited, whenever we found out it was going to be his offense, I was like, man, we're going to actually see some deep balls this year. We're going to see some absolute
We have a guy that has an arm.
We have somebody that can throw it more than 40 yards, and they never did it.
And we have no Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be no slants.
Well, I mean, that's a factor, though. I mean, he was the best receiver in the league just a few years ago,
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the quarterback topic, I really like our backup, Andy Dalton signing. I mean,
if James goes down,
it's better.
Exactly. It's better than Ian Book. It's better than Taysom Hill.
It's better than Simeon. I mean, it's a good pickup. I mean, what's wrong with that?
There ain't nothing wrong with
I don't think
he's going to go out there. He's not going to lose you a game.
Yeah, he'll keep you in a game. So I love that pickup for him there.
The big thing to me is,
and I think he's going to help Winston too.
Off the field.
Off the field.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Good locker room guy.
I mean, he's won games. You know, he's been there.
He's been there.
So,
film.
He's a fellow if there ever was one.
Red fellow.
Yeah, he's the redheaded fella out there.
Yeah, the big
beard now.
The big thing for me is just letting Jameis be Jameis.
Let him throw the freaking ball.
I thought you were gonna say let him cook.
Yeah, I mean let Jameis cook. I don't really care about the picks. I'll take 25 picks if he
and
throws
35 touchdowns.
No,
honestly, I would because I want that offensive freedom.
If we do that, it's gonna come at the cost of our championship caliber defense. And
we got a championship caliber defense.
It's not that I don't want him to cook. I don't want him to throw 25 picks.
I want him to throw one a game.
If he throws 15, I'm good with that.
He needs to throw one a game.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
If he's throwing one a game, that means our offense is out there and it's actually doing
being
something.
aggressive.
And I want that.
Yeah, I do too.
I think he could. I don't know about MVP, but I think he could throw for $5,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can see 5,000 yards, 35 or 40 touchdowns, and 25
I don't even
picks.
think
The MVP thing's a joke.
I think
he doesn't need to.
It's a joke.
I'm saying he could.
They think he's 4,200 yards.
Yeah,
with the running backs you got.
Hey, how about this? How about this for stat line? Give me 4,200 yards, 34 touchdowns,
14 picks.
16 picks.
16 picks. Play 16 games, 17 games.
We're
NFC championship.
We got 10 or 11 games.
Give me 20
10 or 11
picks. I
wins.
don't care.
Easily.
I trust our defense enough to compensate a little bit of those picks. When he threw 30 or whatever it was in Tampa, Tampa's defense sucked because they didn't have Brady yet. So they didn't have everyone in the league coming into play.
Turnover ratio is a very good
but
predictor.
I feel like our defense. I feel our defense is going to get those turnovers, but I also feel if Jameis turns it over in our territory, I think our defense is good enough to make those stops.
Yeah, force a field goal.
And two, another reason, and we have excellent defense. Don't get me wrong, but part of the reason why our defense is so good is because we're good at protecting the ball, giving them a break.
Yeah. I want,
and because of Dennis Allen.
I want
part of the reason I'm glad we kept him.
If he throws under 20 picks, I think we have a lot of success.
Yeah,
and you got to factor fumbles in there too, because I've seen him be a little, wonky with the ball.
He can be loose with
so
that.
So we need him to clean it up a bit, and I think.
So let's do this. Let's do a turnover, not just interception. Let's say if
20 turnovers.
If he keeps it under 20
turnovers,
you have to give him a couple strips.
If under 20, I'm good with that. Yeah. I think you're winning 11, possibly 12 ball games with that.
I got so tired of those last couple of Drew years of just seeing no deep threats.
I want to see offense, which we haven't seen this season
so
long. Part of that,
4 years,
offense runs the league.
Part of that is we need a guy taking the top off of defenses, which hopefully we got in Olave.
We got Olave and Hardy,
and I would like to see Hardy step up.
Absolutely.
Role.
And Callaway can do that too.
Well, and after week 7 last year, we never got to even see that.
Exactly.
There was no chance to see that.
And look, guys,
what were we? Like 5-2?
Yeah, he was like almost undefeated.
5-1 when he
got hurt.
We were 5-1 that game, right? Yeah. So I mean, I expect big things.
And defense wins championships, but offense gets you to the
offense runs the
championships.
league.
You don't win games without scoring points.
As you saw the Rams. The Rams made it to the Super Bowl.
Or as you saw Buffalo and Kansas City in the battle in and out. I mean,
did the Rams score 0 points, or was it 3 points against the Patriots? 3?
It was not.
And then they realized that quarterback ain't doing it. They trade for Stafford. Boom.
Yeah.
And they also, brought in more receivers.
Yeah.
And I think
finally we drafted a receiver in the first round. Yeah. I've been
hallelujah
for it
because Peyton never believed in that.
Yeah.
And he even still made that comment after they did it that he doesn't believe in that.
And we also signed Jarvis Landry 1 year deal.
Okay.
And I mean I don't agree with it. I mean my God, the receivers you can get that.
While we're talking about Olave and the pick, we didn't have to do all that to move up.
I didn't get it. They must have fallen in love with them.
Yeah, that wasn't a real good use of resources. I think everybody would agree with that.
They must have fallen in love with him. That's one thing.
But honestly, if he's a guy, I don't care.
Yeah,
what does it matter? It doesn't matter.
You're not going to worry about that. What we gave up for him if in 2 years down the road.
No, because we're championship ready. We're borderline championship ready.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't make it look back like it does Davenport.
Yeah, we're at the stage we need to sell assets.
We are a quarterback room away from a championship.
And speaking of Davenport,
best shape of his life.
Well,
hey man,
that's not saying much.
Let me tell you here. Look,
Didn't he lose a finger?
We're talking about
he's
we're
down
talking about
9.
quarterbacks here, and obviously that's
From an infection in
that is your main position in the
physical's
NFL. But right behind that is your pass rushers, and we got Taco. You get Davenport. If Peyton Turner shows up a little bit, if Cam Jordan, you got what I'm saying is you got dudes that you can throw out there.
Peyton Turner,
We've never been this deep at that.
Peyton Turner better be freaking ready.
That's Bill's favorite player. You got to get a jersey.
I'm not near as bad as at Davenport than Peyton Turner. If that dude doesn't show up this year, that's going to be a lot worse than Davenport ever.
Who could we have gotten in Turner's range? It was a late pick at least. We didn't give up 2 first-round picks.
Anybody. Do I need to go look at that draft list right quick?
We could have got an MVP. Lamar was an MVP of the league. Peyton was a 26th pick, right?
Well, Peyton just got drafted last year.
Yeah, but wasn't he like 28th,
Lamar
26th
was
pick?
drafted.
I'm talking about
He's talking about
Davenport.
Marcus Davenport.
He's
never
I'm
going
talking about Peyton Turner.
He's never going to get off of Davenport.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
He bothers me more.
At least I've seen some flashes in Davenport. I can't even see Turner on the field.
I've seen Lamar hold a
We
trophy.
haven't seen him on the field hard.
No, we have not. Besides preseason.
Yeah.
I'll never get over that unless Davenport. I want him to lead the league in sacks.
He's not going to. He's not going to.
I don't know.
You know a guy.
I'm not going to say. I'm not. No.
Hold on a second. You know a guy that almost did.
You're about to say it.
Trey Hendrickson.
And who would have thought?
Me. No, not really.
Nobody would have.
But
So,
why
I'm not going to say Davenport.
But why did we let him go?
Well, you know what we should have done?
Had
Cam
to.
Jordan.
Had to.
When did we draft
to keep
Hendrickson?
Cam.
2018.
Yeah.
You know who else we drafted in 2018? Davenport. We should have took our freaking quarterback in the first round and let Hendrickson be our 3rd round pick, and Hendrickson could have got paid.
Clay, I'm sorry. If Lamar Jackson was our quarterback, I would not be a bigger Saints fan as I am. I couldn't watch that every week. I just couldn't. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I think
I'm not
Sean
a
could have done
Lamar
something
guy.
special with him.
I'm not a Lamar guy.
You saw what Sean did with Taysom freaking Hill, the Stormin' Mormon. And if he could do that with Taysom Hill, think what he could have done with Lamar Jackson.
He might have been a fan of the fellows.
That was my thing.
Yeah. I couldn't, man. Lamar, I just don't trust him, man. I'm sorry.
Lamar would be the 2nd best quarterback in Saints history immediately.
Well, that's not saying a lot.
Exactly.
I mean,
and he'd be Jameis Winston's borderline second.
You may tell you who he is better than for sure though.
Aaron Brooks.
No,
Jameis Winston.
Davenport.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he wins the argument right there.
At worst, Lamar's a top 10 quarterback in the league. I mean, not to you probably. He's top 15 at least to you.
Yeah, yes.
Is Jameis that?
Yeah.
Would you rather have Jameis or Lamar Jackson?
Jameis is top 20. We're
maybe barely.
So
No.
But to most
Give me
people that aren't
more.
you, Lamar's a top 10 or higher quarterback in the league. Lamar has a freaking MVP.
He does. He has an MVP, and I'll give him that.
But have they not figured him out?
No, they haven't.
They do in the playoffs.
So,
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Bill, you feel like it's like Cam's MVP?
No.
I feel like Lamar and Cam are very similar.
I'm ready for the AFC North.
I
I'm
feel
ready
like-
for the AFC North episode. That's our next
I
episode.
feel like Joey B. That's who the man in that
Let me
division
do
is.
Bengals, Browns, and Ravens.
Daddy.
It's Joey B's in that division, man. He done
Joey
too.
B ain't gonna win that division this year.
He done doing the Super Bowl in year 2. Lamar can't even win a playoff game.
Joey B's got 4 receivers on his team better than Lamar's ever had in his career.
Because no receiver wants to go to play with Lamar.
No, because they don't draft them. Everyone in
draft
Cincinnati's got drafted.
They used to draft them back when old Flacco was there. I mean, they did draft some receivers then.
That's where the Ravens went wrong, though.
Yeah.
After that Super Bowl run,
That's
they
right.
paid Flacco all that money. You can go back on my Facebook page, and I said Joe Flacco is a bum, and they just paid him all that money.
Yep.
And that's where they went
Pride
wrong.
of Delaware.
Yeah, 7
Hey,
foot
What's
tall.
their mascot, Clay?
Blue
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
So back to the
Good.
Saints. We haven't
Yeah.
addressed the wide
We-
receiver room.
And we got to talk about defense, too.
Yeah, wide receiver, biggest signing, Traquan Smith, 2 years, $10 million up to.
$2 million
I
guaranteed.
don't think he's going to sell that money.
There's a lot of incentives that go get that.
Yeah.
Other blocking incentives?
Oh, yeah.
If he gets 4
He
pancakes.
blocked that dude for 10 yards down the field. There's another 100,000.
So how good is that receiver room now?
Loaded.
Best we've had in about 5 years, probably, or more than that.
Oh, I think more than that.
It's one of the best in the league.
I'm about to say it.
Who was with Mike when he had that year?
Thomas?
Yeah. Who was the other one?
Traquan.
Was it really? I
Yeah,
thought there had to be some name, right?
No, that's the part they couldn't figure out because they kept throwing it to him.
He somehow stayed open.
It was basically the receiving core he had last year.
Tommy Lee Lewis.
Yes,
that was one.
There you go. I mean, it was a terrible.
Mike Thomas is 7-Eleven. He's always open.
That's right.
As Chris Hogan.
Now this receiving core is.
You seen Hard Knocks?
Dude, I mean, if you'd have gave Drew never had this kind of receiving core.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
Drew made a lot of weapons. Drew made a lot of guys.
Henderson, Marcus Cole,
Jeremy Shockey.
Been there for 20 years.
Kenny Stills.
Gosh.
Yeah, he had Stills, Cooks,
Brandon Cooks,
Sneed.
Oh, I forgot about Sneed.
Hey, Cooks is underrated, man.
My favorite.
Cooks does is go for 1,000 yards.
Cooks is getting a freaking Hall of Fame career.
My favorite one is Lance Moore. I always love Lance Moore.
Forgot about Lance.
I always love
the
Moore.
Super Bowl
The 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
The
catch and then the reach.
And then the
while
reach
falling
right there.
to the ground.
Oh man, yes.
Shout out
Chill.
Lance Moore. Hey guys, at this point we could probably get Lance Moore on the pod. Because what's he doing? Right? Playing golf?
No, he's really active on Twitter. He's always commentating games and stuff. So I don't know if he works for somebody now, but
so that receiver room is loaded.
It's stacked, but so is our defensive back.
Well, before we go defense, let's stay on offense just for a second. Let's talk about the offensive line because y'all know I'm not huge on offensive line going in.
We got Andres Pete. That's all we need. Right?
Exactly. That's why I'm not huge on offensive line this year.
You know who looks like a prototype tackle though?
Andres Pete.
That's
you know who doesn't play tackle? Andres Pete.
He's versatile.
Not a problem.
And if we talked, I know we had kind of a post-draft show about the Saints.
What does that O-line
and we
look
talked
like?
about. So you got
McCoy's
your center. Okay,
right.
So
Ruiz.
Ruiz is your right guard
at a position he'd never played. But we drafted him.
Your left guard is Pete. Now this is where it gets
for like 4 weeks.
Ramczyk is right tackle, and who I said after we drafted him, I said Alex Hurst will be our starting left tackle over Penning.
Yeah.
Now I think Penning's going to give you time. I think Hurst is day one starter.
Now could Penning slide into guard?
He's large, ain't he?
He's so big.
Yeah,
but
like
6'7". He's 6'6", 6'7". He's
but
like 330.
he's got the athletic profile.
He does. He's got the meanness. I mean, he's got that.
I mean, there are
he's going to be our quote unquote like 6-man type.
Because you leave Ramczyk at right tackle, you don't touch him.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the thing.
He's an all-pro.
Yeah, Ramczyk is a baller. McCoy is a baller. But one thing that I worry about is that when you have a guy like Breeze at quarterback, he's going to put your guys in the best position on every play. You got, Sean Payton calling the plays. You got Breeze at quarterback. I think that really boosts the line and the way they perform. Now that that's gone, I'm more worried about the line. Because before, we just plugged in plays,
that's
right?
what I've been saying.
I mean,
Will clap.
I mean, exactly. But now,
that's why I've been worried about the line. Nobody's concerned about it.
You lose. I mean, with Breeze, granted, I know he couldn't throw it 40 yards in the field, but you lose the offensive coordinator.
Was great.
And look, I mean, when he's healthy and he's on the field, Armstead was one of the best tackles in the league.
Yeah.
But he
was only there half the time.
He's like Pete.
He was there more than Pete.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not saying much. But so I'm a little, and I like Hurst. I don't know if he's a full-time left tackle. Hurst has done good at filling that left tackle. He's done good filling that right guard. You can throw him wherever.
Yeah, so week 4 when Pete gets hurt, and if Hurst was starting at left, do you slide Hurst to left guard and make Penning left tackle, or do you try Penning at the guard?
You got to play Penning as soon as you can.
He's a left tackle.
I mean he's large, but
have we
Hurst
heard anything
there,
from camp about Penning? Is he like smacking people in the mouth?
They say he's raw a little bit. Is what I
mean, he went to freaking Northern Iowa.
Yeah,
he's going to be raw.
Just give him some time.
Hurst got the job day one. I mean, they said that in
so that's why I think if you give him that shot at guard, maybe, and when Pete goes down,
it
wouldn't hurt.
Guard's easier to play.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say he's too freaking big to play guard, but I mean, Pete's a
there's big guys.
Jameis is large too. How tall is Jameis? We're not really worried about the height thing like we were with Drew.
Can we? Because my God, I got tired of watching on his back of his on his butt all day. Can Ruiz not try another position? I mean, he got destroyed last year.
No.
Well, you're not moving him.
That's
to
his
tackle.
second best position is guard. I mean, his best position is center.
Center, yeah.
And that's why you don't draft a center to play guard.
I'm not opposed to switching McCoy and Ruiz. I
thought
McCoy has done good, but it's not McCoy's an all-pro there.
And I thought there was talk of moving McCoy to guard as soon as we drafted
Absolutely.
Ruiz. I could have sworn there was talk.
That's where McCoy was drafted.
Well, I think
Ruiz
that
as
talk
center.
was like from people looking on the outside who think, you know.
Well, I don't think Drew wanted McCoy moved when Drew was there. So
And that makes sense.
He wanted, but I don't know why he wouldn't try to switch it out.
If you think back to McCoy's rookie year, I don't think he started day one. I want to say he played some guard.
Well, that was probably with like Clapp probably played.
I want to say he played some guard his rookie year, so you know he could play it.
Yeah.
And crap, if you could play center, you could play guard. If you play center, you can play just about anywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Center's the hardest position to play. So
who's the big guy that's at Bama, or was it Evan Neal that played guard? They have a like 6'8" guard there. I swear.
Evan Neal.
What are you talking about Alabama?
In Alabama, yeah.
He started. He was a guard his freshman year.
Yeah.
And then
because I remember just looking at him and he's a freaking giant.
Well,
I know it's Deontay Brown. That's who it is.
Yeah. Well, Neal moved. He was a guard, then moved out to tackle.
Deontay Brown. He was a 6th round pick in 2021.
And I think
he's 350 pounds.
I think that basically what we're getting at is on the offensive side of the ball, there's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of unknown, and that's we're trying to replace a franchise generational talent quarterback. So that's to be understood.
A Hall of Fame coach. I mean, we're in a new regime.
Yeah.
You know,
I want
this is supposed to happen.
Yeah. The thing that I want is I want them to.
We're not used to it. It's been 19 years.
I want them to just put that trust in Jameis, and I think we kind of did that by giving him that contract this year. See, last year he was on that 1-year deal, and you're kind of like, I kind of have to perform
I think they
to
did
be
it by
here.
putting the weapons in around him. I think that was the biggest vote of
You gave him, what was it, 3 years, $33 million?
And look, if he doesn't perform this year, I don't want to
okay.
hear people talk about, he wasn't given a shot, because this is his shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and he wasn't doing bad last year. He was doing. He wasn't.
It was weird.
He was like a game manager.
Yeah, and that's not
He
Jameis.
looked like A.J. McCarron playing for Bama.
Yeah,
that's what it looked
that's
like.
not Jameis.
No.
And I don't
Let
think
him
that's what the
freaking
Saints
sling
need.
the ball. Let him sling it.
The Saints.
I want to watch him cook. I mean, I want to see it, but
I mean, I'm desperate. I'm dying to see somebody throw the ball in the black and gold, just to throw it around 40 times a game.
And that's why I'm telling you, I'll
can't
take
throw
some.
it if you don't get blocking in front of him. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all I'm going to say.
So with Sean Payton out, Dennis Allen in. What's the personality of this team going to be like? Is it going to be an extension? Is this going to be Sean Payton 2.0, or
That's a good question.
Or is
I think it's
Dennis
gonna be a bit
Allen
different.
is he bring his own personality? And what is that? I mean, what's different about Dennis
Well, I
Allen?
We don't
than
know his
Sean Payton?
personality really, because I mean he's never been. I mean, when he was with the Raiders, they were so bad.
You
It's-
can't
you
hold it
I
against.
think our defense is going to be our identity.
Yeah, and they've
And
had
it
that
should be
sign
right
off
now.
from like
As
Cam.
good as our defense is,
Should
that's
be.
what it needs to
Like
be.
Cam was a big
Cam's the face.
he rooted
Yeah.
hard for Allen to get that job, so that kind of gets you. It makes the
He
makes that
has the
easier.
locker room,
Yeah,
too, so that's
yeah.
a good thing.
And the defense worries me a little going in this year. I know it sounds crazy. I mean, that secondary, we got spoiled how good it was last year.
Yeah,
I mean, we really did.
but did we make it better? I think we did.
I could go back and forth with that.
I think
No.
we're deeper than we were last year.
I think we are deeper.
If somebody goes down, I think we can plug and play better.
Starting wise,
We're going to miss Marcus Williams.
Absolutely.
I know everybody thinks about that freaking
Absolutely.
Minneapolis Miracle.
Marcus Williams.
We're not going to
We're
miss
gonna
him
miss
as much
him.
as he missed that tackle.
Yeah.
Marcus Williams
Still
man,
hurts. It's too soon.
Still hurts.
was all over that field. And
I think we're going to miss him.
I
but-
think I think you take Tyron and Marcus May
and Sorensen.
for losing Marcus Williams.
Sorensen's ain't going to play much. Gosh.
Because all right, so out of Marcus May, Marcus Williams, Tyron, what's your order them three?
Wait, no, Marcus May.
Marcus May, Marcus Williams, and Tyron.
Okay.
I think it's Tyron, Williams, May.
I think it's Williams, Tyron.
No,
and May.
God no.
I think it is.
Now, if you were telling me this 3
longevity.
years ago,
Yeah.
I would have said the Honey Badger won.
Tyronn still.
Oh, he's
good.
still a freak.
I'm not saying it's Williams and step.
Yeah, I know.
I'm saying it's Williams, Tyronn, step, May.
You watch Baltimore. Your boy over at Lamar. You watch that defense with Marcus
I think
back
May might surprise y'all though. I think.
Yeah, I mean, May's a good player.
Yeah.
We have an abundance now, so that's the good thing.
That's the thing.
We're not going to have Ken Crawley.
We're sitting here saying this, and we still haven't mentioned CD Deuce.
Yeah.
Who could probably play some safety if we had to play him. I mean, so.
And I just think you take, even if y'all think Williams is better than Tyronn right now, I think you take a small step down between him and Tyronn and gain Marcus May.
Oh, exactly, because DBs and wide receivers, they're going to get banged up every single year.
Every year.
Tyron's not going to play every game, all game.
What about
Marcus Williams? They can play every game, all game.
Tyronn will play it.
He's not Malcolm Jenkins.
He's been doing it for 4 years.
People forget about him, man.
Yeah.
That dude shut down tight end after tight end after tight end, week in, week out.
Which is what Gardner's going to CGJ, whatever you call him, CD Deuce.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do.
I mean, to me, that helped a lot. I mean, he brought a lot of veteran leadership, obviously. He brings a lot of...
Which is what Tyron's going to bring now.
And Tyronn
made the Chiefs a decent defense, literally single-handedly.
And watch that defense this year.
Yeah.
Downhill.
I mean, everyone in Kansas City mentioned what he did.
Now,
he stepped in and he literally changed everything about it.
Yes.
Because the Chiefs were awful at defense.
That's right.
And he made them to where they could win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I really think...
So we're talking about safeties, right? So PFF.com has got their rankings for 2022. For coverage-free safety tier, they got Marcus Williams, number 3 overall. Then on down the list a little bit, number 9, you got Marcus May. When you scroll on down to matchup slot tier, Honey Badger's number 2.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of lines up. He's not on the list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody tweet him that.
How many are on there?
Well, it's just kind of...
Is that for safeties, though, or is that for...
Yeah, but it's like they broke it down into categories. So they've got coverage safety tier. Then they've got box strong safety.
Because, I mean...
And then they've got matchup
really
slot.
Safety.
Yeah, then they've got an all-around tier.
The matchup slot, that's what Tyronn was on?
Mm-hmm.
Who's above him?
Derwin James.
Okay. All right. Now, how many are on there? Like 5 or...
There's 7 on that list.
Ooh.
And then...
CD Deuce isn't...
That's what I'm saying.
Name off the bottom ones, or just name off the whole list.
Okay, so Derwin James, Tyrann Mathieu, Jimmy Ward, Jeremy Chin, Darnell Savage, Kyle Duggar, and J. Ron Kurtz.
Okay.
CD Deuce did not make that list.
CD Deuce might be 4.
Jeez, I'm telling you, he would love that tweet if he got that sent to him.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Let's send it to him, then invite him to come on the podcast.
Hey, at least do that. Absolutely. Screenshot that, Kyle, for us.
Send it in the group.
Locker room.
That's surprising, because that's a lot of guys that are in that same area as him, like came in the same time.
That's right.
I mean, Duggar, Chin.
I've never heard of Duggar. Who is that?
Kyle Duggar. He's from Lenore Ryan. The Patriots drafted him. Yeah. I mean, he's a good player, and he's probably a little bit better than him. But I'll take CGJ over Chin.
Yeah. Wow, that's shocking that CD's not on there.
No, but Derwin and Tyronn, those are 2 of my favorite safeties in the league, or D-backs in the league. But Tyronn, I've been wanting this for forever.
Every Saints fan has been wanting it since he got traded from the Cardinals to the freaking Texans. Cut. Whatever, same thing.
And he took a visit.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good that you said it that way and not out of the draft, because out of the draft I didn't want him.
No.
I hated his guts.
If you cared about the man, and you probably did, if you cared about him, he did not need to be in New Orleans.
No.
Yeah.
He needed to be somewhere else.
And hold on now. I was happy for him that he got signed where he did, but I hated him. I like what he did to LSU, or what I felt like
we deserve to feel that way.
Did.
He owes his life to Patrick Peterson. Les Miles.
I hate him for doing it. Yeah, I didn't give it.
He owes his life to freaking Patrick Peterson, though.
Yeah, and
without Patrick Peterson,
perfect situation.
He don't get drafted there without.
That's who I was screaming for before he went to Minnesota.
Yep.
I was like, go get
And this is kind of like
and it was rumored all the time.
I know,
but
it was.
how good was Buda Baker to come in and boot Tyrann Mathieu out of there?
Yeah.
He's
Woo! God.
He was
not as fast as Metcalf though. Definitely not.
No, I saw that video.
Sucked
again
him
the
up.
other day.
But yeah, I think our secondary is actually a little better this year though.
The corner play is what you're.
Corner play is I mean, you got Lattimore obviously.
Did they overachieve last year outside of Lattimore?
Man, I love the Stanford kid.
He didn't have any he didn't really have high expectations last year. We were
it's
expecting
because-
Bradley Roby to come in and just be this guy.
But he played really well.
But if
Exactly,
he,
that's
if
the
he
thing.
plays,
So-
if he plays during the COVID year, he's first round draft pick.
Yeah,
He was a first round draft pick going into the season. He sits out, and people
Well,
forgot about him.
I think Stanford sat out.
No, he did.
The whole team did
no,
not
he,
play?
He didn't. He chose not
He
to play.
chose not to.
Yeah,
He pulled a Chase.
he did Jamar Chase, same deal. And then he kind of fell a little bit, kind of got forgot about, and then we slept there and got him in that second round or third
I think it was
round. Third round, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and he had a good year.
yeah.
And if Bradley Roby's my third cornerback,
we're in a good spot.
I mean, yeah,
With PJ Williams,
PJ
at
that can go
PJ's
in
still
and
there.
out.
And,
Hey man,
and Ken Crawley's going to make an appearance.
Uncle PJ, man, he's just all reliable for you. I like PJ, man.
Yeah, but I think that's probably the biggest question mark for the defense is can Adebo make that next step?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or is he going to stay in that same range? I mean, even if he does what he did last year, it's pretty good.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and Roby, I think you got to expect a little bit of a step down, almost a little bit.
A little bit. I'm thinking he's going to step up. I mean, a player like him gets traded. And then
What's his age, though? Like, what, 32,
He's
31?
31, I think.
Yeah. So at some point, he's going to...
You're going to see a
You're
little
going to start
drop
feeling
off.
it a little
but
bit.
if he don't have to get all the reps, I mean, if he's just going in
Yeah,
there
I mean, you got CD Deuce who can take some of that slot.
Absolutely.
Tyron can take some.
PJ's still there.
I mean, yeah, you can...
That's the thing. We
Depth.
have numbers.
Depth. That's right.
Yeah.
What's the Warriors saying? Strength in numbers.
Heck
We
yeah.
got
And to
numbers.
quote Colin Cowherd, you know, I think a lot of teams have kind of gone the Rams route and loaded up at receiver. Well, if other teams are going to load up receiver, what you got to do? Load up.
You got to have DBs.
Yeah, got to have them.
You mean crap? You see, we just talked about what the Bucks have.
That's right.
I mean, their number 6 receiver would have been R1 last year, probably.
Yep.
Like they're deep.
So I mean, our secondary will be fine. I hate the loss of Jenkins and Marcus Williams. I think they were two good players for us.
So, Bill,
Yeah.
do you think we still own the Bucks?
Absolutely. Hey, Simeon beat him last year.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Was it 9-0?
It was 9-0 on Sunday Night Football.
That's right.
That has got to be like the worst.
What was the
quarterback to beat
Thanksgiving
Tom Brady.
score? It was something weird too, right? Didn't we shut them down pretty much?
Wait, what?
We didn't play them on Thanksgiving. We played the Bills
Yeah.
because Trey Day got hurt on Thanksgiving.
On Thursday
against,
night.
Oh, really?
against the Saints. Yep.
I was at the. I was at the.
I had
Buccaneers
Josh
game.
Allen in every league last year. I was watching.
Okay.
I was at the Buccaneers game. I mean, it was kind of a back and forth matchup for a little while, and then that second half they really clamped down on them. That was a good game.
So,
Great
What are we
game.
thinking?
One at the end.
What's our record?
We need some predictions.
Can we?
here.
I'm
Before we do
over
that,
under.
linebackers. Are we a little concerned like a death
You
there?
want to bring up Quan?
I do want to bring up Quan.
He's
I
still
mean, why is he
unsigned.
still sitting at the house and we got no depth at linebacker? I mean,
Hey,
really?
Zach Bond's gonna make us take a step this year,
I mean,
Zach Bone or Peyton Turner? Who's better?
and I'm sure we got.
One of them has to be good.
Bond has
one
played
of
a little
them-
more than
Bond,
Turner.
What, he wasn't a first round pick though, was he?
Nah, he was like
Third.
second or third with like big time question
with
marks.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And it was like red flags everywhere.
And they thought he was going to be an edge rusher, hybrid type deal. He ain't put his hand down on the ground yet. Like, what are we doing here? Okay,
I mean, you got Stud and DeMario. I mean, is the most probably underrated player.
God,
in the
I
league.
love him.
Love him. And when he signed
Hard not
that
to.
when he signed a 2-year deal, I was like, yeah, because I
It's
thought
kind of
that-
team friendly too. I think.
Yeah, it was, and I thought this year was going to be his last year, so I was stoked when he did that. I love DeMario.
Do we see CD Deuce play some linebacker?
Yeah, I
Walk
think you
down,
see us play a lot.
run like a 4-2-5.
A lot of
type
4-2-5.
defense?
Yeah, I can see that.
and especially when you have Tyron.
Yeah.
That kind of.
And yet again, you have the depth.
Yeah, I think we're going 2 linebackers in.
And
most
I
sets.
And
want
Craig
that.
Robertson's
I'm good
going
with
to make an appearance somehow. You know he's going to play for
And
us.
I think
at some point.
they're sold on Pete Warner. I mean, I think
They
that's
are.
why
They should.
sold.
God, I
I
forgot
mean,
about him.
No, that's who they're
That's
sold on.
actually number
well,
two.
that's your
why-
answer to Quan.
That's why, but I want.
You need
Quan.
depth.
You still
You
need
gotta have
another
depth.
one. You don't want Craig Robertson playing week 5.
And hey, I don't want.
We drafted
The Appalachian State guy.
Yeah.
Sun
forgot about
Belt
him.
Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I think he might be all right.
He feels like a Saints.
And then
Yes.
the
He looked good in that black and I guess yellow.
Yeah.
Taylor from
Black and
Tennessee
yellow,
as
black
well.
and yellow.
That's another piece that.
Who has been very hyped up during
Yeah.
the offseason.
I mean, that's another piece that throws into that secondary, or could even be a little bit of that hybrid linebacker role.
I'm kind of hearing he might get some PT. This year.
Yeah. They're Honey Badgers.
I mean, I love
they said they liked him.
having guys like Tyron and CD Deuce, Taylor, like just those hybrid guys that can play multiple positions. I love that.
And the Auburn guy, Smoke.
yeah,
Monday.
Smoke.
Talking about
If you have that name,
He's
you
like
play
6'5".
football.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's all I got to say.
Absolutely.
All right, let's give predictions real quick because we're at an hour and 48 right now.
I told y'all this segment would go. I said 2.5. I said you start talking about the. We haven't got to 35 yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's give some predictions.
I looked at it earlier and I was like, yeah, it ain't
And
happening.
hit some 35.
It is what it is.
So, what's the ceiling?
11 wins.
11 or 12?
11, 12.
I think
worst case scenario we win 7.
I think we win 11. I think Tampa wins 12 or 13.
I don't think we win the division
No, I think Tampa wins it at 12 or 13 wins.
because I think we'll
Could
struggle
be a
out of
magical
conference.
season. You never know.
Could be. Yeah, I think we're in that 11's our ceiling, maybe 12, depending on matchups.
10 to 11.
I can see 12.
If we say,
I mean, we won 9 games last year.
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
With Ian Book and Trevor Simeon, and I mean,
the rest of the NFC
With
is
like
weak.
85 different starters.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We broke a record.
Hey,
I
Ian
mean,
Book's got
but
I think the
in-
Bucks have to be the favorites to win the
In true
division.
Saints fashion, though, we still have a tough schedule
No, absolutely.
because the
Always
NFL
do.
loves to stick it to us.
But I mean, the NFC is. I mean, you don't have a lot of teams that scare you. You get past Tampa, Green Bay,
Rams.
and Rams.
And the Niners, and then you're. I mean,
Niners are a big question mark this
And
year.
the Niners don't scare
what's our
me,
schedule
but they're
this year?
also can be.
Yeah,
what
conference
we're
are we
playing
taking?
weird people, aren't? Like,
I mean,
what
it should
weird
be the
people we're
second
playing?
the second
You're
place.
playing the.
level.
You're playing the.
So they'd be like the Ravens?
AFC North.
Oh no, we're playing the Bengals,
Playing AFC North.
The Bengals won the division.
but we're playing them.
Yeah,
still.
we're playing them.
Yeah, because I'm going to that game. I'm going to see Joey B in Superdome.
We're playing that whole division, then we're playing the second place teams out of everybody. So it's still gonna be a tough schedule.
Yeah,
So that will be the Niners.
yeah.
you got the Niners. It's
Probably the Chargers.
Or no, or it's the Cardinals.
we got the AFC. We got the NFC.
Oh, we got that whole division.
The whole division. Because Seattle's at home and the Rams
Second
are at home.
place in the
we go to Arizona.
East.
We go to San Francisco.
We get Drew Lock
Second
at
place
home.
in the East, the Cowboys.
What was that?
Cowboys? Do we have them?
We do not have Cowboys this year.
No, they won the division.
The Eagles didn't win it. Eagles were wild card.
I
They were
would
the
rather.
sixth seed.
I would rather
Yeah,
play
we
the
don't- we
Cowboys
don't
than
we
have
played the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are sleeper this year.
So yeah, I
We
think
got the Vikings.
I think 11 and 12 is our ceiling.
Seahawks.
Floor's like 7 or 6.
Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, if things go bad.
the Vikings is at London. It's really not a home game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we lost that.
All right,
And
so
we have a late bye. I like that, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the late
We
bye.
chose that.
We chose it. I like late
so
buys.
let's dive into our Dirty 5 of Super Bowl contenders. This is gonna be interesting. Who wants to kick this off?
I think Bill should.
I'll go.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
Saints.
Starting at 5.
start with 1 with the Saints. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 5. I'm going with Joey B and the Bengals.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I think it's a. I know they beefed up that offensive line for him.
Yeah. Got Kappa from the Bucks.
Hey, and and Joey B, he's a different breed. I think he got that little taste of the Super Bowl, and
Okay.
he wants to get
So
back.
so is he Montana or is he Marino? Never comes back.
Oh, I don't think he's Marino.
I don't know.
I think
don't
he
know.
got.
I think he did that. He got that it factor, man.
Yeah.
I think he does too.
It's tough. It's
A
tough.
lot went right last year for them.
And it's
Oh yeah.
the AFC did nothing but get tougher and
They
tougher.
got better. Yep.
Oh, it did.
But they lost. They lost
But
several
they're
games that they
hey,
should have won. too.
that AFC West is going to beat each other up.
If Watson
I mean,
only gets 8 games,
How much quarterback has Joey B played in the NFL? A year and a half.
yeah,
Kinda.
Yeah.
Woo! That's scary.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's
man.
scary.
He got 1 year in the SEC, like we did the second year. He got a half a year in the NFL, like we did the second year.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's kind of a year 2 guy. Let's
Yeah, I
see
mean-
what he does.
we've
We
never
haven't
got to
seen
see
the third
him.
year.
Yeah, we've never seen that.
Who you got next?
Number 4, the Packers.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Aaron,
You can't go against.
did y'all see his tattoo?
Man, I don't
He got a
know.
tattoo.
Yes, he
Don't see
did.
his tattoo.
He got a tattoo today.
Look it up.
Yes, he did.
Look it up. I don't know how to explain it.
Yes.
Fair
Yes.
fart.
He had to.
Have you seen the tattoo, Bill?
I haven't seen it. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I try to stay out of his
Well, the tattoo
social
might
media.
change your mind.
What in the
Is it an
world?
Astros tattoo or a
It's
Saints
worse.
tattoo?
Show it to
Is that on his
Bill.
forearm?
It is.
I don't know what that is, Bill.
Zoom in. I don't. It's like lions and like
It's like a Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or something.
and there's like a globe maybe.
Hey, he's
got-
got some.
Did he get that after the
there's some-
ayahuasca cleanse?
Oh yeah, that's all.
Where he pooped his
This might be a cult he joined.
Yeah, well, you know, he dated a woman that says she's a witch or
He's
something.
got all the stars.
They
up
got
there, all
the what's those constellations?
Constellations.
Baby.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
My mom's
Do you know-
proud.
Kyle, explain to us what that
He's
is.
got the all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He's got the ocean. He's got 2 different lines, kind of the calm,
Happy and then pissed.
yeah, the
Yeah.
animal. He's got the astrology going on. He's got constellations.
What's
I said
happening
that.
at the top? Is that a
Yeah,
a
that's
play?
constellations.
It feels like he's starting his own religion.
That's his favorite play that he's got drawn up with the wide receiver routes.
That's a lot of options at receiver. I mean,
What do you mean you don't know what
settles in
play
his zone here.
That's- run to the sideline against the Cowboys. I'll get you. Yeah.
There's some kind of a fan going on at the bottom that kind of looks like a peacock.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That
Looks
lost,
like he
that
played
lost at least a win for me.
It looks like he played tic-tac-toe down here.
But also, if that's on his throwing arm, he might have the power of like the devil or something. And third MVP is on the way.
So he had some kind of deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Hey, you put my tattoo on
He
here.
might win another Super Bowl because, you know,
Exactly.
Little Nicky, he would not let Dan Marino sell his soul to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, you know, what about
Speaking
Joe
of
Namath?
speaking of arm, who's he throwing to?
It don't matter. Has it ever mattered?
Nobody, baby.
I mean, Adams
don't
is
go.
gone.
Randall Cobb.
His boy wanted. Got him a
Mercedes
3-year,
Lewis.
$30 million deal.
Mercedes Lewis is still blocking somehow there.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only
I don't
first round
know.
pick he's
Jimmy
ever
Graham?
thrown to.
Jimmy Graham, he might be.
Graham.
They drafted him.
He's so
receiving
freaking
second
accurate,
round.
though. It probably
Jimmy
doesn't
Graham's
matter.
at
Who's that?
the Bears.
He got
Yeah,
that Funches. They picked up Funches.
Devin
last year.
Funches? Oh, my God.
One of the guys stuck around, not Valdez Scantling. He went to the Chiefs.
Oh, it was Lazard.
Alan Lazard.
Yeah,
Lazard had some flash.
There's another guy, Equinemius St. Brown. Is he
Yeah.
still there?
He is.
Yeah, at some point you have to just say it don't matter who the targets are.
It's kind of like Drew Brees. I mean,
Or
back when
Brady.
Brady was throwing a bunch of guys
It
that nobody
doesn't
knew about but us. We
matter.
knew about them.
Yeah.
And
And
what's
this
his
might make his third MVP
What's,
campaign even more
But, and
impressive.
he's still got
LaFleur,
he's still
he's
got
going to put him in a good position.
and he's still got 2 stud running backs back here.
Yep.
So I mean,
Oh, I love Aaron Jones.
yeah.
All right, who you
And
got
to, and to
next?
say more about Aaron Rodgers, I could not dislike him more.
Yeah.
But you know, I could sit there and watch him throw a football though.
It's beautiful.
I'm real. Just a flick of the wrist, man. Just
He's amazing. You can't say it.
no, you can't. Absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
until he's in January.
Yeah, you just made me throw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah.
Okay,
You lost to
number
Jimmy
3.
G.
Let's see, number 3. I'm going with the Chiefs,
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
and I think they can be higher. I see a little drop off from Tyreek Hill, but not.
I don't know.
Did you see that catch by Sky Moore the other day? Oh, my God, it was beautiful.
Hey,
he was like,
We're the
stretched
Scott Moore
out.
podcast.
Yeah, we are.
I wanted Sky Moore.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce is still the most.
You'll draft him in that
amazing.
first round,
I
won't
will.
you?
I will pay $100 for him.
Wow. Parker's got
I
101.
did not say that.
Fox might get him seeing he's a fellow.
He is a fellow.
Fits the criteria.
I don't know. He's a little too flashy.
Fox
Yeah.
doesn't.
That ended.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
I think the Chiefs are
He's
going to be
making her
right
buy her
there.
own McDonald's.
Number 2, I got the Rams. I don't like it, but I got it.
Yeah. Oh wait. So who's your 5? Bengals.
It's Bills.
Bengals,
So
Packers.
that means the Bucks aren't top 5.
Chiefs,
Oh, that's
Rams,
who won.
Bucks, number 1.
Oh, so
How dare you? How dare you?
Bill.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Bill,
I want to go next.
you dirty rat.
He went from UFC Bill to Wild Bill to Dirty Rat Bill.
This man, he's the man of many names over here.
Tell us. Let's talk about it, though,
Yeah,
Bill. You got the
explain
floor,
it.
brother.
Which part? Put the Bucks number one?
Yes. Oh, no, I respect that.
There might be a team that's missing.
And it sounds a lot like your
the
name.
Buffalo Bills? Yeah. See,
You could have been Buffalo Bill. Maybe that's
I don't believe in the Bills.
Oh, why? Why?
Okay, it's a freaking sin.
You know, Josh Allen is so overrated.
Oh,
Chance is having a heart attack.
Yeah, he'll probably throw 30 picks this year.
He's going to have a Jameis year.
He'll throw 78 touchdowns, though.
So, I respect the Bills. They're my number 6. Okay.
There you go, Chance.
There you go, Chance. We'll let you go after that.
But I still see the. I think it's Chiefs, Bills, Bengals in the AFC.
Yeah.
You think they just cannibalize each other? Is that what you're getting at?
So you got 4 NFC teams. You got 3 NFC teams.
And I think that's what happened in the Super Bowl last year. I think those games that the Chiefs and the Bills and the Bengals, they beat each other up a lot.
Yeah.
And then, by the time the Bengals got in the Super Bowl, I think
they wore out.
They were.
Wore out.
So, I think that can happen.
That's a bold take.
That's a prediction right there.
Let's let Chance go.
I'm next. Number 5. Number 5, I got the Packers. I respect Aaron Rodgers too much as a quarterback to not have him in the top 5. I don't care who he's throwing the ball to. He would throw it to me or Peyton. It ain't going to matter. I'm going to go off for 1,000 yards somehow. That's just what it is at this point. The number 4, I have a different team from everybody else. I have the Chargers. I think they did a lot of good things on defense this year.
Did not make the playoffs last year.
I know they didn't, but they have improved what they were not good at, which was their defense.
Going to go to the playoffs that wasn't in last year. They're going to be one of the ones that.
It's got to be their first one up. Yeah.
I think they can. I think they can make a run. I really do. Justin Herbert, like we've said off air, he has the it factor. The man, he is
talented.
If you take his picture when he has long hair and you put it on a screen for somebody, you'd be like, "That's an NFL quarterback. That's a star." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's going to be a star. I think he's already a star, honestly. So, number 4, I got the Chargers. Number 3, I got the Rams. Like we said earlier, they didn't lose anything.
Nothing. They picked up Bobby Wagner.
And they got Allen Robinson. They got Allen Robinson on offense now. They got better on offense somehow. They're going to have defense. They're going to have Cam Akers the whole year.
Yeah.
They're not going to be playing Sony Michel,
who I got made fun of a couple years ago drafting in fantasy because nobody knew who it was.
Oh yeah, Whitworth finally ended it, right?
Whitworth, he was at Ruston High the other day.
He may get hit in the blind side.
He'll be fine. I believe in McVay like I believe in Aaron Rodgers. He's that kind of guy.
Do the Rams want it? McVay and Darnold.
That is true.
Donald were both supposed to leave. They both talked about retirement immediately after.
I think Aaron Donald being completely checked out is still the top 3 or 4 player in the NFL.
Yeah.
It don't matter if he wants it.
But he got his money now.
It ain't going to matter.
Is he going to care as much? He got his money, got his ring.
It's Aaron Donald. Have you looked at him?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's all you got to know. Number 2, I have the Buffalo Bills.
Oh!
I love Josh Allen more than any quarterback in the NFL. I would trade. I would let him name the Saints if he wanted to come play for us. He can name it whatever he wants. We could be the fighting Joshies. We could trade the whole offense for him, and I think we'd be better somehow.
Who's your one?
So you got 5. Name off again.
That's 4. That's 4.
5. Name off from the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I forgot.
Oh, Packers, Chargers, Rams, Bills.
Chiefs?
Buccaneers.
Oh, okay.
Tom Brady's still the best quarterback in the league, even though he's 70.
This is bullcrap, man.
I don't like it, but everybody knows they would have been in the Super Bowl last year.
Take them out of my top 5 just out of principle.
I know we're supposed to be a pro Saints podcast, but I'm being honest. Okay? We all know Tom Brady's the GOAT. Okay?
And I'm not sure.
He had his best offensive season last year.
I don't.
And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if his roster it's not even better this year than it was last year.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, they didn't have Godwin. They're going to have Godwin,
and then they added Gage to go with Godwin and Evans.
yes, I love Josh Allen more than I love to breathe oxygen, you know. But it ain't gonna matter if they're interchangeable. 1 and 2, Buccaneers and Bills for me. And what made me put the Buccaneers number 1 is Tom Brady.
Can you imagine Akeem Hicks against freaking Ruiz and Pete?
We're gonna find out.
I mean, they're gonna get destroyed.
So you're keeping off the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Correct. I think the Bengals had a lot go right, guys. I know we love LSU. I know we love Joe Burrow.
Hold on.
Patrick Mahomes, they're my 6.
I think their defense.
The Chiefs are my 6.
I think the Bengals' defense was kind of overlooked because of Joey B. I think their defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they've done well at the drafts. I think they've had some good free agent signings. I really think that they got a sleeper defense.
I'll tell you something. I think if the Bills beat the Chiefs, the Bills steamroll the Bengals last year in the playoffs. They had the Chiefs' number because they played them in the regular season.
I don't disagree with that.
That's the only reason they beat them. That's the only reason the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl is because of the bullcrap.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills were literally...
That's the only reason.
Well, and a stupid defensive play call.
Joey B has something to say about that, though.
Yeah. Oh, and as he should. But y'all can't tell me the Bills were not better than the Bengals last year. Y'all cannot tell me that. And y'all can't tell me the Bengals are better than the Chiefs.
Well, wait a minute.
Hold on.
The best team does not always win.
That's the thing.
And
they don't always win.
We know we should
the
have
Saints
3 or
should know
4
it if
more,
anybody.
right? I mean,
yeah.
So
the Saints should know it if anybody.
I'm
knows
not
it.
sure though. I get what you mean. If the Bills beat them,
It's kind of like.
But if I had to take the 2 rosters and take the quarterbacks away, I'm not saying the Bills roster is that much better than Cincinnati.
But you can't take away the quarterback. The quarterback is the league. Who's better, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow? Take off the LSU hat.
Slightly
if you say
Allen.
Joe Burrow, you're lying to yourself.
Slightly Josh Allen, but not that much more.
I don't think it's that much more.
I think it's more.
I've seen Allen have some look pretty bad. I mean, Allen's road's not been the smoothest ride to where he's got.
No, it hasn't.
I mean,
he's also
Joey
B
come in pretty fresh. I mean, he wasn't.
Joe Burrow came in from a Power 5 conference off a national championship.
You know
Josh
why?
Allen was unknown
because Joey B's been good everywhere he's gone.
And Josh Allen has became top 2, top 3 quarterback in the league. Joe Burrow is not.
I've seen some moments in Josh Allen. He's like, ooh. I mean, it's like.
So you would take Joe Burrow over Josh Allen right now. What does Burrow do better than Josh Allen?
He does completion percentage.
That might be it.
Total yards.
All other statistical categories, I guarantee you, Allen leads them.
I mean, you put Joey B in a film room. I think he's going to make Josh Allen look pretty bad.
What's that got to do with playing football out there? I know you have to know the coverages. It didn't matter this
He's
year.
already reading the coverages in the second year of the league.
I think that's some of the most overrated stuff in the world is the film room garbage. Because so much is coming from the sideline. They get till there's like 15 seconds left, and now everybody's playing with tempo.
I think that's what separates the
I think that's what
ones,
used to
though.
separate people.
I think it still does.
I think it used to.
I mean, Brady's still showing that. He's still doing that. He's still reading your defenses. I mean, and he's
the only guy doing it.
Joey B's doing it.
A lot of that stuff's coming from the sideline.
Watch the mic'd up stuff. I mean, he's predicting.
Josh Allen's doing that too, but I don't think it's
I'm
as
not saying
important
Josh Allen's
as it used
bad.
to be.
Like, I love Josh Allen. I like watching Josh Allen actually a little more than Mahomes because he's kind of thicker. He's just got that big body, He can
he can run the ball like a fullback too,
and he can run the ball.
And they've learned to control that.
I'm not saying that I'm picking Joey B over Josh Allen. I don't think that gap's that big though.
I don't think it's big, but I think he's ahead of him.
But you were saying if Josh Allen beats Kansas City, they steamroll Cincinnati.
I think they do. I think they do.
But let's go back to you take the quarterbacks off that roster. Whose roster is better?
Bills. Can't do the Bills are.
That much better?
Do it.
No, the Bills don't have the receivers.
That's the only thing.
They have
running backs.
They have the best receiver, and then their defense is better. The Bills'
Their
defense is better.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, they did all this last year without their best defensive player. They didn't have Tre'Davious White.
No, they didn't have White, which
you give him.
My God, it would help the Kansas City game.
Exactly. Yes. Give them Tre'Davious White. He shuts down Jamar Chase. Or might not shut him down. He holds him under 100.
Ain't nobody shutting down Chase.
Peyton, I think this is a good time for you to go over your top 5.
Golly. Hey, I'm sitting here arguing that.
Yeah, listen to this. I see his list. Listen to the list.
Number 5 is the Chiefs. I think they did take a step back, but you get a one-game scenario. I think Mahomes is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he's proved he can beat anybody in one game.
Exactly. And come playoff times, he
doesn't have to have Tyreek.
He doesn't have to have Tyreek. Tyreek just helps him in the regular season put the stats
I've seen Mecole Hardman and Byron Pringle score some big touchdowns. It's ridiculous. And Aldrick Robinson.
I think the Hill thing's going to get. I think it's going to hurt more than people think at certain points. I'm rooting back. I mean, going back to that Browns game.
You can't teach that speed.
No. That Browns game in 2020, Tyreek Hill was what won it. Like, there were so many times where the Browns just could not stop him. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, he's a game changer that there's not another one in the league.
They'd beat the Browns anyways, though. I'm just messing with you.
Duh, Browns.
This all you.
Number 4 is the Bengals. A lot of that is because of just the AFC. I mean, I think and it's an injury deal. I mean, Cincinnati, I get what Clay's saying about luck. Cincinnati did, health-wise, have a pretty good year, considering, some of the other teams.
That was the worst roster in the playoffs, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's what, I mean, well,
the Bengals was the worst.
No, I want to say the Bengals were worst roster in the playoffs.
Well, you got to remember like the Eagles.
Yeah,
it was the worst.
I'm talking about the AFC side of
the AFC. No, you still got
the Bengals might have had a better roster than the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't.
Once you take away Mahomes, Kelsey, and
Hill
and
the Honey Badger, the Kansas City's defensive roster is terrible.
Yeah.
What about their line though?
Who's that?
That was huge.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
but their defensive line is really good. Like,
thank you, New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, not even
and
Henderson.
Their linebackers are good too.
Yeah, their D line was good.
Their D line
Logan Wilson.
That defensive tackle. I just went blank on his name.
Ogunjobi.
Yes. God,
he's not there no more.
No, he signed with
Jets.
Yeah,
former Brown.
Went after that money. So I think they'll be in contention. I think they win the AFC North. I think it puts them there where they don't have to face the Chiefs or until the second round. So and then when you get there, who knows?
Man, that first round. So do you think the Bengals hit the bye?
But
they'd have to be the 1 seed.
Yeah, because I think the AFC West
they're going to beat up on.
They're going to beat up on each other. I don't think you're going to have a.
Yeah, I think they beat up on each other to a certain extent.
I don't think there's going to be a number 1 seed coming out of that division.
You don't think the Bills are just going to run through the AFC East?
Well, yes,
but think about there's a realistic chance that there's 3 AFC West teams, whether it be Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
Combination.
All 3 of them could make it in
Except
some
for the Broncos.
form. The Broncos could make it easily.
Make the playoffs?
Dangerous, bro.
You don't think Denver's going to make the playoffs?
I don't think they're going to be as great as people.
We're taking 7 teams. I think they're making the playoffs.
I think the Raiders are the odd man out in that division.
They're making.
It's going to be close.
If the Bengals get the 2 seed,
the Raiders are good
because I don't think the Bengals are getting the 1.
No, I like the
So if they're getting the 2 seed, the Broncos sneaking at 7.
Yeah,
it's
a scary matchup.
That's tough.
It is a scary matchup.
That's tough.
That is tough.
I mean, Russell Wilson in the playoffs, he's.
But it's better than having to play Kansas City or.
Yeah,
I mean.
But there's no team that's going to be in the AFC playoffs that's going to be bad. Except for whoever wins.
That's going to be a great. No, that playoff is going to be
great.
Whoever wins the AFC South is going to be the worst team in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're not going to have a dumpy Philadelphia team in the playoffs like you did in the AFC. I mean, so absolutely, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you talk about your Carolina teams. If they slip in the 7th seed, you're not going to have anybody like that.
And I don't think it's that crazy that they do, honestly.
I mean, if Philly made it last year, I don't see how Carolina probably actually has a chance.
Baker's better than Hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Philly did upgrade their roster a lot.
Now,
they spent some money. So, number 3, I have the Rams, and really, I wanted to put them higher because, like we said, they lost nobody, and like I said earlier, Bobby Wagner. Nobody's talking about that. I mean, people have kind of forgot about him because Seattle's been so bad in the last 2 or 3 years.
Allen Robinson, too, man.
Yes, Allen Robinson. I forgot about him.
I love Allen Robinson.
If he can stay healthy, though.
He's not better than Robert Woods.
No.
He's not going to have to be the guy out there, at least.
But he's going to be the third guy. He's going to be the third receiver on the Rams.
Who's 2? Odell?
No. For the Rams?
Yeah.
Who are we forgetting?
One's
Van Jefferson?
The Rams. Think about it.
Who's
their number 1?
Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Who's your number 2? Robert Woods.
He's not there.
That's right.
That's what he said. He's not there.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
He's in Tennessee.
He's in Tennessee. That's
Yeah,
right.
he's
A.J. Brown went to Philly.
Robinson's a 2
I
until
was
Odell
thinking I
comes
was having
back.
a massive brain
No,
fog.
I didn't hear y'all say Cup.
Tennessee, so it can be.
So that's why I was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
When you said Woods and nobody said Cup, I'm like, are we not forgetting about
The best wide receiver season of all time, almost.
Yeah, but no, the Rams do have that. Are they going to care? Fact, I mean, they don't care, but
Yeah.
are they going to be as hungry as they were last year?
No, they won't be.
You know they're not going to have a fan base to push them.
They're not going to have a fan base to push
which
them,
is ridiculous.
and
man.
it's McVay's going to have to try to get some of those
You have
guys
to make them like rally the troops type deal.
Exactly. I mean, you got your cornerback out there that you just
It's
never.
so hard to repeat. Anyways.
It is so hard to repeat, but when you have that,
You have to
roster-
give them some respect on this list.
and they're in the NFC. I mean, so who is?
I forgot what analyst was saying, but they were like, Stafford gets more than one ring before it's said and done.
I think it's possible. I'm not even gonna
It's
lie, I think
definitely possible.
I-
It's just so hard given the time frame.
I think it's got to be in.
It's got to be in the next couple of years because they don't have no future because all their draft picks they've traded away. They're not building for that.
And
So
McVay wants to be
has-
behind a TV screen ASAP. it
Yeah,
sounds like.
McVay's going to go. He won't.
just got
That's the
married.
exact thing. Because,
Yeah.
like, I think if 2 years, 3 years tops.
It's their window.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
can't believe he got married.
I can't believe it. I didn't know he did anything other than sit in the office and watch film all day.
He is going to be amazing doing Monday Night Football.
Oh, absolutely.
He's going to be what John Gruden.
Say he's going to be an amazing husband.
Well, he is going to do that too.
Such a good dad.
Amazing.
Oh man. Number 2, the Bucks. I felt like that roster is just going to be better than it was last year. They added a lot of good pieces.
Is this the year Brady has a bad year?
And that's the thing. I mean, you know,
How does he?
I hope he doesn't.
Does he have to have a great year with this roster he's got? No.
If he has a bad year, he's going to come back next year. We don't need that to happen. This needs to stop. Okay? He needs to win the Super Bowl. That way we're done.
That's not going to stop him.
It might.
If he wins the Super Bowl, he's going to go for another.
And
he would have more than anybody else.
And we wouldn't be
at that
saying
point.
this if Drew had just retired and Brady had been in New Orleans with Sean Payton right now. But
I
that's
think
another podcast.
there's a good chance we see Brady fall off this year.
All right,
And it's increasing chances every year. I mean, like Father Time is going to catch everybody.
Yeah, well,
eventually.
it is.
It's undefeated.
Yeah, and
why did he just have his best year ever last year?
well, a lot of them do that. I mean, look at Peyton in his final years.
Yeah, Denver.
That's true.
Yeah.
He took
Look
53
at some of
touchdowns.
Brady's years when he was past
Yeah,
his
but
prime.
Peyton's health was not near
Yeah,
as good as Brady.
Peyton had a nerve.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Plantar fasciata.
So,
And then he was getting outplayed by Brock Osweiler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still won that Super Bowl though.
and number 1 is Bills. Chances team. Who, hey, by the way, he did not have number 1
I
on
did.
his list. So,
I love Josh Allen.
I know,
I'll tell
that's
you.
the whole
I
argument.
love Josh more than oxygen. But Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the NFL. He is. He's going to be
right now?
He's going to be the best till he retires.
I think right now he's not. I think right now he's not top 3.
You had the most yards.
It's Tom Brady.
The most yards in the
I
league
think
last
right now
year.
it's Rodgers, Mahomes, Allen, and then it's Brady,
I
Burrow.
don't think Rodgers is top 3.
We can't just
Rodgers
throw
has
away
won 2
Tom
MVPs.
Brady's,
Yeah.
Tom Brady's name like that.
But he ain't
man.
got nobody
Well,
to throw to.
you don't throw it away, but you have to acknowledge that we have a lot of all-world talents right now in the league.
Oh, we
That's
did
it.
for sure.
I mean,
That's
that's
it.
something.
I mean, Breeze had Colston. That was it forever. Until Jim
All I
got
know
there.
is
I mean,
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert is going to be special to watch for the next decade.
I take
Special.
Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers any game you want to right now.
In one game, maybe,
Especially
but I think just like
in that season.
longevity of the whole season.
I'd take him over Josh Allen in a playoff game. If them two met in the Super Bowl, I would take the Bucks. I would.
Clay, I think you're up. We got to roll.
I
All right.
I do agree with that.
Well, by the way, we've done hit our over.
Yeah, we're at 217.
Who said over on 2.5? I think I did before
You
we
did?
started this.
Okay. I'll try to get you under.
So I'm gonna go number 5. I gotta put the Bucks. I didn't really want to.
Woo.
Yeah, I didn't really want to. I
Y'all
wanted
gonna
to.
make me take them off.
I'm
the
ready to
list.
hear this list.
I wanted to go a little bit different, kinda.
He's got the Ravens and the Browns.
No, I don't.
Panthers now.
I wanted to just not put the Bucks on. I
I don't know. I think there's just going to be teams that knock them off. Honestly, I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams match up with them. If the Bucs have kind of a less wins than you would think.
The Bucs are in the same division as Baker Mayfield this year.
Yeah, they better watch
out. If they take 2 from Carolina, they might win it all. And the Niners are a team that I think Trey Lance is an upgrade over Jimmy G. If that happens, then
is it happening though?
I think it is. I think it's
so Niners are 4.
No. I'm just saying that's a team that I think could come in and knock off the Bucs. And
you're not hearing great things about Trey Lance still.
Yeah, but I think
Jimmy G played
Jimmy
over
G
him
is still there.
Last year it was going to happen. The dude's from
not
North Dakota
that
State.
bad.
I mean, Jimmy G is bad.
Not that bad.
I'll go to 4. The Chiefs. It's Patrick Mahomes. I don't really have to say much else about that. They're going to take a step back. They lost their defense in Tyron. The offense, you lost Hill, but you brought in Juju and Valdez-Scantling. I mean, neither are going to be great. But
you still have Kelsey.
Yeah, and you've got fan favorite Sky Moore.
Podcast favorite for sure.
He's a sleeper, man. I like him.
3, I kind of almost want to flip him a little bit. I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm big on the Chargers. I
believe in Herbert.
I'm big on the Chargers probably every year.
I'm in a bidding war for Herbert.
I have been for a while.
They could make those same runs that they just made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never make the playoffs.
Except it'd kind of be expected because the roster is better.
Yeah, it would be as under the radar.
Yeah.
The roster's loaded.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I wanted to put them in mind. The lack of being there, I guess, is why.
Yeah, and there's just something about that whole team. It just feels like everything's coming together finally.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's almost a make or break year. It's kind of crazy to say that, but I mean, if they don't make the playoffs or if they don't win a playoff game, I wouldn't be shocked if
calling it right now. This is my nobody's ever mentioned it. I hadn't heard it. If they don't make the playoffs, Sean Payton's going to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Whoa! I wouldn't mind that. That'd be fun to see.
Just you imagine. Mark my word.
Imagine Peyton and Herbert.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Everybody's
we see
Dallas. No.
Well, the Dolphins. It was Dolphins and Brady.
Tom
was
Brady.
The move.
Peyton's thinking 10 years. I can have Herbert. I'm in L.A.
Yeah.
I mean.
And Drew Brees comes out of retirement, goes back to San Diego.
Yeah.
And their Chargers ain't there.
Hey.
He shows up at the stadium. Hey guys, what's happening? Kind of like Will Smith and Fresh Prince. Like
Drew be his OC. I'm just saying, Drew's not a TV guy, so I mean, he could be his OC.
I don't see him being a coach either.
But they've added some ridiculous names.
He's
to
a
that
restaurant
defense.
owner.
Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson.
Businessman.
They're honestly loaded, and they've got one of my favorite receivers in the league, Keenan Allen.
2 pass rushers they got. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, he was too healthy last year.
Keenan?
He's due a punctured lung again.
Do I need to pull up the stats?
Just keep the team doctor away from him.
I got scarred from whenever I had him.
Away.
I got scarred whenever I had him in fantasy football one year. He had a punctured lung.
He'll burn you every year.
He had a broken lung.
The
broken rib.
Out of the past 4 years, he's played every game in 3 of the years.
Yeah, I had him that year before that happened.
The real question is, why are all these players over there dropping lungs?
That is true.
know.
That's Tyrod Taylor.
Keenan's a good guy.
No, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Road?
Number 2 is the other LA team, the Rams. Yeah, they added freaking Bobby Wagner. I forgot about that before this pod. That he's top 5 linebacker in the league at least.
Top
5
3
all time.
Yeah. Now they did lose some guys. I don't really know what Odell's going to do. I think what's going to happen is he sits out till like week 8.
Well, why do we talk so much Odell, man? It's Cooper Kupp.
Well, can it just be Cooper Kupp?
Yeah. Look at his yards. He's got more yards last year than a lot of receivers.
Y'all know
way more than
know how big
I was about to say to you.
Was.
And do you remember what Clay's fantasy name was?
Yeah. Robert Woods is a huge part of that team.
Ryan Tannehill is going to be this
yeah.
year.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Tannehill's on my bad list already.
Yeah. Who's the white receiver he's going to throw it to instead?
Allen Robinson, can he be trusted?
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, he's never had the expectations he's about to have on this team.
He's played for the Bears and the Jags. Like
I think he's great.
I mean, I think he's a really good receiver, but can he go to this team and perform as he's expected to in LA? Like, I don't know. And yeah, I think Odell's going to happen. I'd be shocked if he goes anywhere else. I think, come like October, he's healthier. He re-signs with them, helps him with the playoff push. Number one's the Bills. Josh Allen, shout out to Champs,
Yeah.
They added some guys on some questionable contracts, like Von Miller. I think he signed a ridiculous contract.
I still do not understand that contract.
It's going to be voidable, right? If he isn't finished out or something.
But it's a lot of money for Von.
Still a lot of money.
Yeah, but that team they feel like they're about to just explode, and you saw the flashes with like Gabriel Davis during the postseason. I mean, he looked like he was a future star. Stephon Diggs is arguably the best receiver in the league.
Looks like a Buffalo receiver.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's so good.
Probably the best route runner in the league. Like he makes stuff happen. And running game, they drafted
Cook. James Cook.
That's it. James Cook.
He'll be the starter by week 3.
And his best thing, passing game.
Catch the ball.
He's going to help them out a lot because Devin
I think Singletary's going to get phased out. It's going to be the Cook and Moss show.
Yeah, Zach
Moss is going to pound it. Cook's going to catch it.
And do they even have to run the ball? No.
Nope. Because Josh Allen can.
But they need to. I think that Kansas City game last year shows they need to.
They saved Josh Allen running until the playoffs.
Well, and they bring in O.J. Howard, really good blocker. Yeah. And that's another compliment to Dawson Knox.
But also
give him
a good
another
athlete
weapon
as well.
Yeah.
A freak athlete.
And
give him another weapon.
Dawson Knox is extremely underrated in my opinion. He is a freak. He just has injury issues. But that son of a gun is a specimen.
So what was your list bottom to top?
It was Bucks at 5, Chiefs at 4, Chargers at 3, Rams at 2, Bills at 1.
Yeah, our list is.
So did the Bills draft?
Is that the same thing
this year?
No.
Yeah.
The Bills?
James Cook.
James Cook, yeah.
Georgia running back.
Dalvin's brother.
Another running back they drafted.
O.J. Simpson?
1969. First pick.
He was pretty good. He was productive.
Later went on to drive a Bronco in a high-speed chase.
I've worked O.J. into 2 consecutive podcasts.
You're on fire.
So.
He had good cuts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Quick cutter. Really?
He's a bit of a slasher.
I'd call him a slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
All right, so rounding off the Dirty Five, finally, I think we're going to be
under 2.5. Let's make it happen.
No. Why do I have to go in 5 minutes? That's got 20.
I'm sure we'll drag yours out too, Kyle.
You're really not.
Say one bad thing about Josh Allen.
I know, right?
I know, you're fired up.
I love Josh Allen. I can't help it.
Well, you're going to like my list then.
Good.
So, number 5, and only because I feel like they took a step back this year, but I do believe they have the best quarterback in the league, and that goes a long ways, and that's Kansas City.
Yeah.
They did take a step back this year, and I kind of worry about Patrick Mahomes' trajectory from here. I mean, I know he's super talented, but I just kind of wonder where that franchise is going.
There were times last year where concerning. Yeah, I mean,
he's careless.
Yeah, week 1, Baker Mayfield outplayed him.
Yeah, as long as Andy Reid's on
and
that
even though he was careless, he still has the highest passer rating of all time.
And I think he's careless because I think he's kind of bored. Like, I think they were just kind of going through the motions.
So you think he's like a smart kid in class? Like, it's bored?
Yeah, I think they went through the motions a lot last year.
Back to what we were talking about Saints earlier, offensive line. I'm kind of worried about their offensive line, though, for him.
Yeah. Chiefs. He's had injury issues.
He's had injury issues, and he's running a lot. I mean, he's not real calm in that pocket back there. He's moving.
He's not in the best situation.
No, and I don't really know where the Chiefs, which I don't keep up with always like the Saints, but where's all their money going?
Patrick Mahomes.
But to be honest with you, his contract is actually going to be a good contract. Because
once the salary cap.
Patrick Mahomes, it's not a bad contract, but I mean, I think it's went to their superstars.
Chris Jones, he's got a big deal.
Chris Jones and Kelsey, and who else? Who else are superstars? Honey Badger's gone.
Frank Clark.
Tyreek Hill's gone. Yeah. Like, I mean, where's their money going?
Schwartz, the right tackle.
Is it Mitchell or it's the one that's not an analyst?
I mean, I think that's a good pay though. You pay your tackles.
Yeah,
you should. Especially when you got somebody like that as your franchise quarterback. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think and maybe sometimes teams fall victim to just being successful so long. It's hard for them to do it in the draft.
Yeah,
and I think that was the Saints' problem for year, even though we overachieved in the draft, arguably.
Yeah.
But
when you draft them late, year in, year out, it's hard.
I mean, you're starting off with a second-round pick.
You find out how good your scouting department is.
Something we haven't mentioned involving the Chiefs. What does Clyde do? Does he take that?
That's a question.
That goes back to my offensive line issues. I don't know.
As far as the line will take him, I like CHE or CEH.
I like him.
That was almost
CT.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's CEH.
Yeah, CH. I think I had it right the first time. But anyways, I like him, and I think he fits over there. But I think, like you're saying, it's as far as the O-line's going to.
And they've still got Darrell Williams, right?
No, he had, I don't know if he ever signed. He was a free agent. Because he was a big... No, he did sign.
He had to resign.
He signed with Arizona.
Oh, he did.
They signed somebody.
He was in New Orleans, and they were supposedly meeting up, and then he wound up signing with Arizona.
Yeah, that's right.
I just saw earlier they had somebody. I was like, oh,
Ronald Jones.
That's who it is. Yeah. They have Ronald Jones there now.
Yeah, and then I think they've got from like ULM that played some last year.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they're obviously
they're the Chiefs. They're going to be around.
They're going to be relevant.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes makes it that way. So
at worst, they're a playoff team.
Number 4, and I hate to do it because I called Bill a dirty rat for it, but the Bucks are in at number 4, and not only, and this is painful to say it, not only do they have the GOAT, in Tom Brady, but I feel like people just want to play with him. Yeah. People want to come to Florida for the tax breaks, for the good weather, and to play with the greatest of all time and try to get a ring. And there's no doubt about it. You heard about it whenever he came to Tampa Bay. Like, it's just different with TB12 at the helm. It's just different. The locker room's different. The atmosphere, everything's different. Practice is different.
Yeah. I mean, everything's different.
It's going to be his offense this year. I mean, it's not Byron Leftwich. Who we're kidding here. We saw that with Peyton Manning, and I think you're going to see that until Father Time catches up with Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning made freaking Adam Gase have a career for some reason.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't think you can. I don't think you can have them off the list, even though
you have to. I think there's a couple teams like that. You have to give them the respect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make the playoffs.
Saints defense don't respect them.
No.
I don't know if anyone on the Saints respects them. Jameis is back. He's taking the division from Tampa.
From his old team.
Yeah. So, make revenge game.
And the only place this is where my list differs from yours is here, and that's at 3, the Bengals. First of all, they went to the Super Bowl and lost. Traditionally, it seems like those teams that do that take a big step back. Yep. I do worry about that, except for the fact that I went in and improved arguably the second most important positions on the field, and that's the offensive line.
They were self-aware.
Yes.
Wow, which is good.
I mean, and I say it improved the second. It improves the most important position as well, because Joey B doesn't have to run for his life.
That's right.
You don't have to worry quite as much about his knees getting injured.
The O-line stuff gets a little bit over-talked because I think there's a little bit of it that is Burrow's play style. There's a little bit of him that wants to run out, and
he likes to cook.
I think there's a stat I remember last season that there's a decent amount of those that were his fault more than the O-lines,
and
where he ran hold on to the ball.
And he's a young quarterback.
He got slammed in the pocket.
Yeah, besides playoffs, he was getting drilled.
Yeah, I mean,
but besides
the O-line definitely wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't good, but there's also some of that is Burrow's fault, and people don't seem to blame
get rid of the ball.
Super Bowl. I thought.
Well, it's hard to blame the guy when you also do see his offensive line go like water sometimes.
Yes,
And he's played He's played
a year and a half.
Year and a half. He's been sacked 51 times.
Yeah,
that's
a lot,
man.
And
he does know if he knows Jamar's getting open. If he can hold on that ball just a little longer,
that's part of why he'll take.
Because nobody's holding Jamar.
And I would like to see the man check down more.
Yeah,
I would like to see that
throw it away,
and not even for Because I don't. Are they a better team if he checks down more? No, but for his longevity,
I would like to see him have a running back to check down too.
I just want to see him beat the Browns.
I mean,
I want them to put Puka Williams out there.
I feel like they can. I mean, I feel like Bengals have a solid history at running back. I feel like they can go get a guy.
Well, I mean,
Joe Mixon's
he's
legit.
good, but he's not a.
He's not a check down guy.
He's right. He's not a guy going outside. He had Clyde and stuff in college.
Let Puka Williams make that
Puka's
team.
got problems.
Puka's got some issues.
He's got more issues?
Yeah.
There's a reason he's not on the team.
Yeah.
He's on the practice squad. Give him a chance.
Travion Williams is there from A&M. He's pretty good.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah.
And so number 2 is Super Bowl champs. That's the Rams. I don't know that Stafford gets another ring. We talked about it earlier. Like, there's some folks saying that he wins multiple rings. I think that they, somehow managed to still not take a step back from last year. There's always that, year after kind of hangover.
Mm-hmm.
After you win a championship.
If he wins multiple rings, where does he go start getting in the rankings? If he's got sitting there, got 2 rings, he's got
more
knowledge.
knowledge.
He's got stats, man.
He's got stats already.
I got to talk. I called in on 97.7 one day, and they were talking about where Stafford, is Stafford a Hall of Famer? And I was like, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. And I was like, his career went to die in Detroit just like Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. But then somebody was like, he's never made a Pro Bowl. That is nuts.
Pro Bowl don't matter.
I know.
But
it's still.
But he
all these years,
he don't have a team backing him like everybody else does.
Yeah,
but you think of how talented he's been for so long.
Think about how talented the NFC's been.
Yeah,
in the quarterback position when he was growing up.
Yeah, Drew Brees. Who else was there?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Favre,
Matt Ryan in his prime.
Aaron
Rodgers.
Russell Wilson. They've got so many guys.
But even with those guys there,
Donovan McNabb.
Even with those guys there, I always thought of him as
been around
up
for
there.
a while.
He was 08
or 09.
And 2 of the best receivers ever had by receivers were who's throwing on the ball? Matty Stafford. That the year Calvin Johnson had
2000.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And then you saw Cooper Kupp. dang near break.
Second best receiver on his team. Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
It's
number
good
1
to
in the
get
league.
some recognition finally.
Yeah,
that's.
He's a guy, and I think he's a Hall of Famer. Now that we've seen what he can do away from the abyss that is Detroit, where people's careers go to die. And then number 1, Chance.
No. I thought Chance is the only one that didn't pick their number 1 already.
That is true.
Bill didn't put him on the list. Oh yeah, Bill. They didn't even make Bill.
We got 3 number 1s Bills. And Chance is like scolding me over here because
you told me Joe Burrow's better than him, and I don't agree with that.
He didn't say that. He said the gap was small.
I said the gap
you
was small.
wanted to, though. It took everything in you not to say it. Like, you're going to go home and pray about this and be like, God, I'm sorry that I lied to Chance tonight.
What God are you praying to? You praying to Josh Allen?
No, he's going to pray all the way to the LSU guy.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. And last time we saw fire come out of things, so we don't need any more. We don't need talking about that. But the Bills at number 1. I just feel like they are as dangerous as any team in the NFL. Do we got fire?
No, it looks like it. I'm telling you.
God, you're tripping, dude.
But obviously,
2.5 hours in.
Josh Allen, obviously. All right. Then they added Von Miller. Right, and I know he's at the end of his rope, but I feel like
he just won a Super Bowl.
Why would he go? Why would he go to that team?
To bring that.
It ain't
edge,
for the weather.
To bring that edge.
He likes the cold weather,
and he don't need money.
Yeah, he did in Denver, so I mean that weather doesn't really affect.
Is there some kind of style guru in Buffalo, New York that I don't know about?
Stop.
Because that's the only thing I can think of that would attract him there, other than a ring.
They want him in that locker room, man. They wanted him to bring that championship caliber.
It's the chicken wings.
Oh, the wings, the Buffalo chicken wings.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've heard those are good. What's that
with blue cheese? And
Wing Nuts.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
It's called Wing Nuts. There's a place, Pardon My Take, which says the best chicken wings of all time.
And I hate, the only thing I hate about the Bills peaking right now is that Kyle Williams missed out on this.
Yeah.
He did go to the playoffs.
Crap,
did
you
he
can
win a
say the same
playoff
thing
game?
about the
Or just
Bengals
went to the playoffs?
with Whitworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Whitworth leaves town, and then
Bengals are
I mean,
relevant.
he did win a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Bengals.
It just wasn't in his franchise.
You still got some Louisiana guys in Buffalo, still with Tre'Davious White and then
Cody
Ford at tackle or whatever he's playing.
In the playoffs, that was my team last year. That's who I was. The Bengals, and then
when White went down, though, I felt like that was the Bills' chance. Like when he went down toward Atlanta,
I would love to see what happened.
I was like, man, that was their.
They would have beat the Chiefs.
I mean, they were one.
You make a good point.
They
They
were 1
probably
play away from winning.
They probably would have got the Bengals, probably, but you never know.
And there was an NFL overtime change, right?
Yes, because of that game.
Both teams get to touch the ball now.
For a postseason only? Or is it
postseason only.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you to them for doing that because that needed to happen badly.
I'm hoping that's not just a trial and error like the pass interference rule, challenge deal. I'm hoping
I can see this one staying
I
more
think
than
it's gonna
that.
stick.
It's got to, man.
Yeah.
We need something.
I wanted to change it to more of a college, the college
style.
type.
Yeah.
I
think theirs is better than NFL's.
I would love to put the ball at the 50. Don't give them an automatic field goal. Make you at least earn the field goal. Put them at the 50 and then see what they can go from there.
I like
Put it at the 50 every time.
Yeah. Put it at 50 every time.
Don't kick it off.
Don't kick it off. Put it at the 50 and then make you earn a field. Yeah, and then alternate.
So the college rules, but instead of starting at the 20, start at the 50.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Or what if you put it at the 25 and just touchdowns only?
Yeah, I mean you could do that.
You know how what the college rule now is. After the
third because of the A&M LSU game.
Because one of the concerns is just extending the game too far.
Mm-hmm.
So why
just
taking the kicking game out?
It raises the risk of injuries and stuff like that.
We're playing a
playoffs.
Playing a 15-minute or 10-minute quarter anyway. Just throw it at the 50. Don't worry about no time clock. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, 2 hours and 39 minutes right now. So I think that's it.
We did not congratulate the USFL champs, the Louisiana Tech. The Birmingham Stallions.
I think Tech had 6 players on it, and then the next most was like third.
Yeah. Freaking Jamar.
Yeah. Freaking Jamar.
Jamar is a guy in the USFL.
He did it. When's he get that shot for the NFL?
Just not
never.
Saints could use a third.
Bill Belichick might be.
I never saw. USFL the ratings how they were.
The one game I turned on, the crowd was empty, and I was like, yeah.
There was a fair crowd.
I saw pictures
at
the Jamar game.
I saw pictures from the championship game. There was
the mediocre bowl. I think we proclaimed it.
Anybody's gonna go watch a championship game.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was close to your house, go watch it. Yeah.
One thing I thought about we need to try to do before the NFL season is do like a dirty 5 of bold predictions, and we just all give out some predictions. And
having 5 bold predictions,
I like it.
I like it.
Putting that on that graphic so we can turn back to it as the season goes. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
we can do it. We can do it once injuries happen in preseason and crap.
I kind of want to change my order now. I kind of want to put the Bills at 1.
Oh no!
I didn't want y'all to call me a homer or anything because I love Josh Allen.
Heaven forbid.
But if they played in the Super Bowl, I would have to think the Buccaneers were the favorites. They'd have to be the favorites because of Tom Brady.
No one put the Saints.
No, I'm proud of that.
Who was everybody's 16? Anybody? Did you
Chiefs.
have
the Bills?
The Chiefs are my 16.
You see,
who's at 6 for me?
The Niners were really close to.
That was a team that I just can't figure
out. They win every year.
They made it to the freaking NFC Championship.
And people kind of just
and they're probably getting better.
Yeah,
our dark horse.
Who? Our dark horse. Yeah,
number 6.
I feel like the Chargers are my 6.
Chargers are my 6.
I'm big on the Chargers.
I would like the Colts if they were the NFC.
Yeah,
but they're in the AFC and there's no chance.
If I was gonna bet money on a playoff team this year, just
to make it,
I would probably bet on and that didn't. Well, I guess they did make it last year, but I would bet on the Eagles. Really? I feel like the Eagles in that division are going to come out.
I think
he improves
in top 5.
Someone had them as the 3rd best roster in the league.
People love AJ Brown too. That's
he's freaking good. Yeah.
That's a lot to do with it.
Yeah, somebody throw it to him.
If anybody was wondering on betting lines, the Buffalo Bills are the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Name off the next couple.
Listen to this real quick.
These are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. This is from Barstool Sportsbook app. Buffalo Bills at plus 650. The Buccaneers, the Green Bay Packers, and the Chiefs are tied.
Ooh.
The LA Rams and the LA Chargers. Followed by the 49ers and then the Broncos.
Yeah.
Then the Ravens, then the Cowboys, then the Bengals, then the Colts.
Whoa, Bengals are way down there.
Bengals are at plus 2,200.
Everybody's going to jump on that Cowboy.
That right there, that's
plus
a money grab.
Plus 2,200.
For those?
Or the Browns.
For them to win the Super Bowl.
For the Bills?
For the Bills.
Keep scrolling for the Browns.
For the Browns.
Where they at?
So that means, explain that. That means if you bet $100,
you win 2,200.
Oh my gosh!
For
what
who?
Am I doing?
Who are you saying?
I throw
The
$100
Bengals are
on
plus
the Bengals.
2,200. Browns are plus 3,000. The Saints are plus 4,500.
Panthers?
They haven't updated since the trade.
Okay.
So
I need to hop on it before.
They're at
boost them on.
They're at plus 12,500.
I think we should all put $100 either on the Saints or the
Panthers.
What?
I'm down with that.
What's the Panthers? Plus 8?
Plus 12,500.
I gotta hop on before they move the line tomorrow.
Yeah, they're gonna move to plus 40,000.
So maybe we need to pull a tie and drop some money on the.
But no, that's interesting.
On the Louisiana Homers.
See, I'm not the only person thinking about Aaron Rodgers though.
Hey,
the Packers.
Panthers,
UFC Bill is.
Panthers to win the division plus 1,000. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
I think this needs to be part of our bold 5 predictions. 35.
What's that?
What we're talking about, like
betting odds?
Yeah, who's going to win this? Yeah,
I think at some point we can just do
we have our
winners.
Yeah.
I could put a graphic out with that.
Cool. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. All right. Under 245, maybe.
Yeah. If we learned anything tonight, is how much that I love Josh Allen,
and that we love football.
Yeah, and we love football and
passionate
we've got debates,
some long cast in our future. Some long pods.
Well, that's why we need to go to 3 come fall.
I'm ready for LSU talk because
the problem is we got to know when to quit. We're like
we can't help it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we need 3. We need 3 a week when it comes to football time.
And actually plan it a little bit better. Have things like saying, we're only talking about this here.
Yeah, we don't need to just say we're talking about LSU.
We might.
We rock a discipline.
I could go basketball.
I
could go baseball.
We're going to have a Peyton special every week. Every Friday night.
We are having a Peyton special this weekend.
That is true. Me and Kyle will not be on the episode that's going to be recorded this not afternoon.
This weekend.
This weekend. I'm sleepy, dude. This weekend. It's going to be the Clay, Bill, and Peyton show, I think.
Peyton, are you playing golf? You're
and
good?
possibly
I'm
Rayleigh
good.
if he's
All
on.
right. No tournament this weekend. I'm good.
So we don't know what the heck that's going to be.
That is going to be fun. I think
everybody needs to tune in for that.
I think there needs to be a gas station segment.
Hey.
A golf segment.
Golf, movies, gas stations.
I've got some additions to the gas station.
So, hey.
Some additions.
Found a new vending machine.
Found one that takes cards now.
Oh, it's white now, huh?
Yeah, no more loose change. So, as usual, thanks for listening to our nonsense and our heated debates. That's honestly, I had fun doing that. Me and Peyton, we got into it. It was fun.
Wait till football.
Football season happens.
Wait till Carolina wins.
Wins.
Wait till Baker comes into the dome.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Y'all know what to do. Chop on. We won tonight. Shout out Max Freed.
What's the Panthers call? I forget what their war cry is.
Delirium.
Go Tigers.
Who dat?
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.